Hello everyone, we're late. I'm going straight into it. I thought sod it, we'll start early. I thought it started at 4 o'clock. I saw 4 o'clock and when oh well. Right, I've got no drink or anything, so you lot carry on. You lot can start watching this, and I'm just gonna go and get myself a drink, chat. Back in a second. Sorry about being late. I was convinced it was 4 PM start. I didn't realise it was 3, so I'm a bit pissed off, but oh well. Right, back in a second, chat. Don't go anywhere. Getting myself something to eat. Sorry about being late, everyone. I honestly thought it was 4 PM start. So, yeah, we missed the race, unfortunately. I'll put the sound on now, don't worry. And it can, that was just because I had it on mute at the start. It's alright, chill, the sound's sorted.
Livery is probably my favourite out of a lot of them there. You see the drivers, one that lasts a little bit of preparation, that massive live audience sitting behind them here at Barcelona. Live point rankings right now, of course. So Spain and currently from Italy and from Japan, all to play for in this race 2 in the World Finals.
Well, there is Matt McEwen for Team New Zealand. 10th on the grid is where they start. They were 11th in the World Series.
What happened in race 1, chap?
A few months ago in Amsterdam. Will they be able to improve on that position and get some more points on
What happened in race 1?
Weakness Warren for Team Malaysia, 11th on the grid also. But it is Team Spain and Jose Serrano who will start this race from pole position. Race 2 of the Nations Cup Grand Finals here in Barcelona is underway at Watkins Glen as the field heads down towards the first corner. So, Spain from Italy, from Japan. No downforce, of course, on these cars. Expect them to be sliding their way through a few of these turns. And it's going to be interesting to see how they adapt to this at the fast and flowing Watkins Glen circuit. It is a spectacular Grand Prix track. It was on the Formula 1 calendar through the 60s and into the 70s. Now, let's see whether we will have some great Grand Prix racing here. Spain leading the way from Italy as we head towards the bus stop for the first time. But Italy looking to try and challenge already as we go side by side. Spain and Serrano just covering off Bertinelli's challenge for now.
That's what I meant, just sort of maybe thinking the better of it for now. It would have been a late lunge, would have been quite a big accident there. Spain did have the track position, but we now go on board in this awesome Honda. It's awesome to have these cars represented as we go, oh, big lunge there by Bertinelli. I was just saying, I'm going to go, oh, and Spain are off. Spain in the wall. Spain have been shot off there in the barrier, Tom, down to P7, much to the dismay of the home audience there. And I think that maybe Marco Bertinelli just became the most unpopular person in this room.
Well, I don't think it was intentional, but either way, they may be a slap on the wrist. And you see under investigation.
Probably only get a second for it, chat. Probably only get a 1 second penalty.
To 8th position and now have a heck of a lot of work to do. Let's have another look and see if we can piece together.
Let's watch this again, though.
Happened. So Spain in front, Italy looking for the inside line as we come through into this left-hander. Yep, contact front right into rear left, straight off into the barrier on the outside, dropping behind the rest of the field. And now all of that hard work that we saw from Spain in that first race from Pole Euro has been all done again by Jose Serrano.
Only 5 laps as well.
There by Serrano. As you say, I don't think it was intentional, just maybe a little bit too late on the brakes there for Bertinelli and then into Serrano. Meanwhile, behind, it's Fanatec though for second place.
Olden Slow, thank you for the 16 months, legend. Spam that legend out there for Olden Slow, chat. Thank you very much, legend.
Oh my word!
Oh!
He's messed up on his own.
Oh!
He sent it off the course.
What are they doing?
On the brakes, the car spun. He took somebody else with him there.
4 seconds, right, chat.
4-second penalty for Italy. That is a huge penalty. I mean, let's be honest. We saw penalties yesterday, and we heard drivers saying they were too lenient. We want harsher penalties. You've got a harsher penalty, 4 seconds.
You can't do that after doing 1 second yesterday. You can't give a 4 second after the 1 second yesterday. That's so inconsistent. Oh my god. Yeah, but yesterday should have been 4 then. You can't. You can't do that. You need to have consistency throughout an event, and yeah, you can't give 1 second for yesterday and then 4 for that, because that was not as bad as yesterday's. That's crazy.
Yeah, Fabian Portier up into P3, so they're going to be P2 after this, because there's 4 second penalty. Where's that going to put him? Where's going to put him right at the back of the field? Because it's not just 4 seconds taken out of your time. You are on the brakes for 4 seconds to get down to.
I mean, if you can't, I think for the next event they change it. If you're gonna have, you can't change it mid-event for consistency. I just think that wasn't as bad as yesterday's. So got a 1 second. That's my issue. That was just an accident. Yesterday's was also an accident, but he went straight into the back of him. That was just clipping it. Spain and Italy, they're both together again.
Take it easy. Just if I may correct myself earlier on, I said that it's Kylian Drummond behind the wheel of the French car.
Wow, that's just, I can't believe France made that mistake as well.
So now we've got France,
Come on,
Italy and Spain.
Come on,
all
Bella.
on the recovery,
You're gonna come and watch it.
from where they started. It's a smile from ear to ear for the likes of
Come
Chile,
on.
for the likes
There
of
you
Brazil,
go.
and also Canada now in this race. All inside.
We have
the top
another
4 as it
spectator.
stands,
The
and
cat
it's
is
clearly
watching
changed
also.
the complexion of the championship. I know we're only a couple of races in and there's still plenty of this race left to run, but it's certainly a signal of intention. USA to the inside of Canada, down towards the first corner, side by side they go.
What are you
USA
doing,
holding
fella?
firm there. Donovan Parker up the inside of Trent Jeffrey and through into 4th position. As we now look at Chile trying to close down the gap.
He
to
nearly fell off.
Suzuki for Japan in front.
You see there a quote from Portier, who's driving right now, saying this is the hardest competition in GT. The highest level of drivers sit here, and you see that in the background there as USA defends from Team Canada.
You're getting comfy.
On board, we're with, Team Chile now.
I still can't believe the mistake by France there, chat.
They're just about keeping it together. Team Chile, I mean, this is probably not where they expected to be coming into this race, but of course we saw Serrano hit off earlier on by Team
okay,
Italy.
Bella, I don't want your ass in my face, though.
Now, and Brazil and Igor Fraga. Fraga's where he wants to be at the moment. He likes to lead a race, does Igor Fraga. He's done it a lot. He knows exactly what he needs to do. Right now, the gap is 1.3 seconds.
I can't believe I missed the first race, chat. I'm such a donkey.
Serrano on his recovery drive.
Oh, Serrano's back up to P5.
As they make a mistake coming through the boot, we now have
only got 2 more laps, though, really.
into a downhill right-hander, easy to swap ends here. Team USA and Spain having a drag race. Can Serrano get by and keep the place? He does. Team USA
was
out
there contact
just
there?
trying to keep the place. And Serrano on a fantastic recovery now. Is now on the back of
What's
Team
it? Italy have got another
USA
penalty
and
coming.
France are side by side there in the background for 6th
So
position as well.
Italy are under
Back up
investigation
through to
again.
6th place on board with Spain, who look at Canada in front of them. Serrano behind the wheel, Trent Jeffrey behind the wheel of the Canadian car in 4th position. This is crucial for their points tally. Just to mention, of course,
Someone said it was boring the first race.
Onto the grass on the outside there for Serrano, but 12 points the maximum that's on offer. The same points tally for the first 3 races. Then we go to
If they can recover to P4, it's not too bad.
Can change the complexion. Look in the mirror of Team Spain, who's lurking. It's Donovan Parker who
You're right,
tries
race
to have a look
fam.
on the inside. Bit of a wiggle of the hips there again for Jose Serrano, who goes slightly wide on the exit of the first corner. Baptiste Beauvoir also onto the outside of the curb. Team Radio.
Shoot, Spain's gonna get me.
That's Trent Jeffrey. Oh, USA versus
Spain are
France
under
side by
investigation
side.
now, but I don't know whether that was as bad as.
We're going to head towards the bus stop. This is an overtaking opportunity as we're going to head side by side with the USA versus Italy. France are ahead and through into 6th place.
Need to see
Italy up
that
into 7th
that
position,
Spain
slightly
move.
wide in the first part of the corner. That might put them out of
They're all
sequence
getting-
for the second part of the bus stop and leave them
getting
under
warnings.
attack from the USA, who in turn need to watch their mirrors because New Zealand are ready to try and join in on the action here. Live points rankings for the first time. Brazil would have 18 points and be tied with Japan and Spain in the top 3.
There you go. How's that for close? So if the race ended as it was, these 3 teams would all be tied going into
She's doing that
the
on my
next
leg.
race. So Jose Serrano doing his best to come back through the field. Trent Jeffrey, though, putting up a fantastic fight. +5 for Team Canada in this race so far. They started P9. It really does feel like this could be anyone's series here. So, up the inside looks Jose Serrano, gets the move done.
Whoa, good
Jose
move.
Serrano up to
Back
fourth
up to
place. Big
P4.
cheer from a live audience here in Barcelona, and now he sets his sight on Team Chile in front. Do we think he can get back onto the podium? It's going to be a tall ask. We're on the penultimate lap now with Igor Fraga at the front, but we've seen people make mistakes on their own.
Who's driving for Belgium though?
So
but this is what I was saying about some teams. Some teams have got drivers that just aren't on pace for this event. That's the that's what the problem is with how they've ran this competition. You've got people that finished way below me in the below me in the nations that have made it through to this final, and for me that just doesn't seem right. I think it should be the best drivers there, not just based on what country you're in. I think it's a weird move that they've done.
On the exit of the first turn, the stewards don't mind that. That's just the normal racing
line
here at Watkins Glen. Keep an eye out as well for the likes of Canada, with France all over their rear bumper. Igor Fraga, I mentioned at the start of this race, a single-seater specialist. I know that there were incidents in front which helped him elevate up the order, but once again, he's out in front, and that's exactly what he loves to do. He has been infallible in this race.
There have been instances in front, but he is the fastest driver on track at the moment, so he also holds the
with Canada going side by side. Italy and the USA
France are having a nightmare.
Through the outside of the bus stop we go into the right-hander. Italy in fifth, Canada on the inside for sixth.
That's not how it works, Squids. That's not how it works at all, Squids. So yeah, no, it doesn't work like that. So what happens is the top driver qualifies the country, but then the next two drivers within that country also qualify. So you technically can have someone who finished 60th or 70th in the nations making it through to the World Finals. That's not how it works. Weird. So basically only one driver qualifies the country, and then the next two fastest within that country qualify. It doesn't work by like way overall. It's a messed up system, really. That's why I think they should go back to individual for this. It'd be better.
Holding on for now as Igor Fraga comes around the last couple of corners.
Team radio.
Oh, don't you dare send it 3 wide here. Don't.
That's Trent Jeffrey there just saying don't send it 3 wide there. They want a nice calm end to this race. What a job though from Igor Fraga, the fastest man on track. Brazil bounces back in race 2.
Fraga dominated that.
The checkered flag in the Nations Cup here at Watkins Glen.
Spain did well to get back to P4 there. Spain did well to get back to P4.
Third for Chile. Fourth, a brilliant recovery for Spain ahead of Italy, Canada, France, New Zealand.
Absolute chaos in that one though, chat. Absolute chaos. So annoyed that I missed the first race. I swear it said 4 o'clock, chat. I've been to the gym and I had to go to the shop and everything. I had to go and get loads of shopping in. So yeah. Got it.
But what a fantastic drive from Igor Fraga. And look at the Chileans as well. Just saw...
I mean, the format's fine, Stu. There's nothing wrong with the format. I don't dislike the format. I just don't like the team event like this. I used to prefer it as an individual event. I think it was better. You had the world's fastest drivers all racing together on track. Now you don't. You have them in a team together, and I don't think that's as good.
That's what won him the race easily. There were events that happened, of course, but he would have been a 10th of a second over the last 3 laps. That's how close his times were. So the highlights, of course, of the race. This was the big one. Bucinelli going into the back of Jose Serrano, putting the pole sitter into the wall.
Oh, I didn't look deliberate that though, did it? It looked like he went for a move and just clipped the tyre, but it was
this.
On France, I can't believe that.
Wrong into T1 off the course he goes.
Downshifted too quick. He downshifted too quick. That car's dodgy for it. So he's downshifted too quick whilst turning in and braking, and it snaps the rear.
Versus Chile, and Chile having their own moment coming through into that left-hander.
You're right, Ben.
Picking their pocket and going up the inside. Meanwhile, Spain on the recovery after that first lap drama. Bit of contact there with the USA.
You're loving all this attention, aren't you, Bella? This cat is absolutely loving this. She's
at the wheel. This is Trent Jeffrey in 4th place. As we saw Serrano going through on his inside.
It's coming off all over the place here, Bella. I've got it all over me now.
I know the incidents helped him
get to the front,
but he was able to stay there quite commandingly and pull out a gap over Japan, Chile, and the rest of them as they completed the podium. Spain in 4th, Italy 5th, Canada in 6th place.
She's such a dog. She's literally laying her head on my lap.
Let's go down to the floor. Jules is catching up with our winner for Team Brazil, Igor Fraga.
Not even.
Igor,
oh, sorry. Did I stop, Bella? Did I stop?
First, that seemed very comfortable.
I mean, it wasn't that comfortable, but yeah, I just drove and then suddenly I was in
How old
P1.
is Bella?
You don't even know what your strategy was.
Yeah,
10,
I just
10 I
drove.
think.
And then when I realized I was
Yeah,
in
she's
P1,
10
and
now.
then, you know, it was just about to break the draft.
Both of them are 10. They're both sisters.
Team Japan.
So the other
So
cat,
I
Tilly and
tried
Bella, are
to,
both
go
10.
as fast as possible, and I could manage to put a little bit more gap. And yeah, it was a good race.
I couldn't help it, chat. I went to get one cat, I came away with 2.
You seem like nice and calm.
Went to get one cat, okay? I couldn't leave them both like alone because if there was only 2 left, and it would have meant leaving one without the other, and I was like, I can't do it. I'm gonna have to take both of them.
You know, I was trying to nail that every time.
Ah, Skeletor! Thank you for the $20 for Bella, you legend. Spam that legend right there for Skeletor, please. Incredible donation, man. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I feel kind of released a little bit because you know
You've done good.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we'll get him a nice Christmas gift set.
Really well for my teammates. And yeah, there's going to be
You're at H, how are you, mate?
The finals. And on the
Thank you all for coming in, by the way. I'm sorry I was late. So sorry I was late. I thought it started at 4, chat. So yeah, I saw it was live and I was like, so I just started the stream because I'm a donkey. But at least we get to watch the main one. The last race is the main one, isn't it? Double points. No, 2 more races left. 2 more races left. So you've got one more short race and then you've got the main race at the end, chat. The main one at Spa in the X 2019.
Jose Serrano recovering to 4th position for Spain ahead of Italy's Marco Bussanelli, then Trent Jeffrey in 6th place. Beauvoir for France in 7th, and then
we're good, H.
Parker and Wignes Warren completing the order. No points though on the board for Zimmerman and Bacciglieri in that race. Now here is what it looks in the overall rankings. After 2 races here tonight, you can see Spain 19 points, Brazil and Japan tied for 2nd on 18. Italy not far away, and Chile and France still very much.
Appreciate that, Skeletor, you legend.
So close at the moment. We've got really 4 teams that are starting to make a small breakaway from the rest of the teams there. But in the grand final, that pretty much means whoever beats who is, well, going to beat the other one. That sounds like a very silly way of saying it, doesn't it? But yeah, double points really brings that together. So it's very close.
Double points in the final one.
Let's talk about the defining moment for Spain during that race because it didn't go entirely their way. In race 2.
No, Renato.
As you can see, contact with Italy, front right to rear left on the opening lap.
I've done.
Do you think that 4-second penalty was fair?
I've done Skeletors, don't know. We just spoke about that.
I mean,
we just thanked him for that. I haven't missed anything, have I, chat? I thanked Skeletor. There hasn't been any others out there that I've missed.
Before the incident, so
I don't think so.
In that respect, I think it was fair. But also, if you look at it, it was, I think, just an honest mistake from Bussanelli. These cars are very, very difficult to drive, even with the Michelin slick tyres, which is not what these cars run in periods. So, yeah, I think it's fair in the end.
Now,
must be SDS driving. Rick's driving for Netherlands, and he's really quick, chat. Rick is a really quick driver.
All going for their own glory. Now you've got to work as a team.
Yeah, I preferred the old way. Give it, go back next year to the individual championship. It's so much better. Danny, wake up!
Prior to 2023, all Nations Cup championships were raced individually.
And they were better.
Starting in Amsterdam, the competition introduced a new format. Now,
I wish they'd stop bigging this up because it's not as good, it's worse like this.
It's good to have teammates being here to compete with everyone else.
Mic test. Yep, we're good.
Mic check.
Who's taking this? I don't know now because I did Brazil on one account. So I did Brazil on one account and Spain on the other.
Because it adds like another layer to the event.
I beat anyone, nigga, left anyone.
Because I think Brazil with the thing is, chap, the X 2019 is the last race. That's why I picked Brazil. Because Fraga and what's his name? Is it Karatsa? Fraga and Karatsa are both very, very good with the X 2019. So that's why I said I think it might be them that take it because they're both extremely good in that car.
Sometimes the scenarios that you don't predict.
Wow, okay, I have no power.
You have to think about also what the
Fraga's like a specialist in the Fraga is like a specialist. But also, you've got Jose Serrano and Coque Lopez as well for Spain. They're both insane, and you've got Cole as well there for Spain. You've got 3 insane drivers for Spain with the X 2019, and also France are going to be good. Baptiste, you've got Killian, both very good with the X 2019. And you've got, I think, is it Aphelion that made it through as well?
This race gonna be amazing, but at the same time, a big challenge.
I just can't
I mean,
the pressures take advantage.
I don't mind it, Grove. I don't mind the team format. I'm not saying it's like
Try not to embarrass
crap.
yourself.
I'm just saying it's not as good as the individual. For me, see you later, Bella. I want to see every single one of the fastest drivers fighting each other. I don't want to see them on the same team. I want to see Koke Lopez fighting Serrano, fighting Polora, and I want to see Baptist going head to head with Killian, and I want to see Fraga going head to head with Kratzer. I don't want to see him on the same team. Makes it more entertaining when they're all fighting each other for that #1. Makes it way better.
For your racing career this year, can you relate to what they're talking about?
Yeah, I mean, it's super important to be very transparent with your team. You know, the ultimate goal is performance. So that sometimes means being honest with yourself, working out your strengths and weaknesses, and then discussing that with your teammates.
Now,
sometimes it means telling your teammates off when they're being a bit silly. So yeah, it's definitely a team game.
Let's have a look, shall we, at race 3. Get ourselves straight into it. It's the last of the normal point scoring races for this one, and it'll be Brazil that will start on pole position.
So Brazil are now pole.
Adriana Karatsa with Rikuta Kobayashi for Japan in 2nd place and Harold Volson for Chile in 3rd.
Pause, thank you for the $2. Where's Bella? She's just got up and gone. She's just been on my lap. She's just had enough of the strokes and she's bailed. Thank you for the dono, Porsche. Another legend right there for Porsche, please. Appreciate it, legend.
for France in 7th place, New Zealand for England, then Pounder for the USA, and so on and so forth. Now, of course, we're here in Barcelona for the World Finals. Where else could we go for one of our races?
Michael, I'm here to talk. This bit, I'm not. People that want to watch it, I think in the racing, I'm going to be talking just to let you know, like, especially at this part. I'm talking, putting my interpretation on it. I don't want to just sit here in silence. Otherwise, what's the point of me streaming it? I might as well let you go and watch the main event. If people want to watch the main event, feel free. This is people who want to talk in here.
We might not produce good racing, but every race we've done on camera.
No, I know you're only joking, Michael. It's just obviously, in case there is people that don't want me to talk over it, I'm going to be talking over because I'm giving my interpretation on stuff.
From I think 2010 and 2011, if my memory
exactly, Thunders. That's what I mean. There's no #1 driver anymore, is there, in the world? And I think it just loses the appeal.
Here, incredibly fast lap time, so it's going to be.
I think it just loses the appeal of it, to be honest.
I'm looking forward to seeing how this is going to get on then. Let's get ready, shall we, for race 3 of the Nations Cup for the Gran Turismo World Finals here in Barcelona.
The Spa is the final race in the X 2019 at Spa. That's going to be the longer race. So in that race, all 3 drivers will have to drive hard, medium, and soft, I think. That'll be the way they have to do it.
Once again, the applause of the crowd there.
So what they have to do is each one of the drivers have to drive one of the races in the build in the first 3, and then in the last race all of them have to race.
Tonight for the 3rd race, the last of the normal point scoring ones. 12.
I don't know, Pio, but I was late. It started at 3. I missed the first race.
All the way down to 10th position, and here is how the grid will line up. Of course, it is a reflection.
It said 4 o'clock. Well, on the stream last night it said 4 o'clock, so I thought it started at 4, but it was 4 o'clock Spain time, and that's different, obviously.
And then 2nd place on the grid, it will be Rikuto Kobayashi. Let's see how he is going to fare. Of course, only 2 drivers for Team Japan.
This will be interesting. This car is a bit sketchy, chap. It's a bit of a sketchy car, this. Erwin! Thank you for the £2. What a race is there? I hope it is better. Yeah, I hope the final race is better. I think yesterday's was a good race. Wasn't as good as the Toyota race. But we'll see how today's goes. So far, Toyota... I tell you why I think I preferred the Toyota race. Because they were fighting as individuals. And I think I preferred that. I think I preferred them all fighting as individuals. I actually think now the Toyota race never used to be that as big as these ones. I actually think the Toyota race has overtook these ones now as the main one because it's the only one where you're fighting to be the fastest, and I feel like that's the main one now.
908, the last of the normal point scoring races.
Yeah, this car's a bit tricky. There's manual rugby and brake.
Yeah, of course. Now points here scored in this race, which was carried over to the grand final, as well as the race results will determine the grid order for the grand final. So you could argue this is the most important of the 3 races we've had so far.
Well, let's see what happens. There is Kevin Powell,
yeah.
Team USA.
Make sure you spam that legend right there for Erwin, chat. Appreciate sport legend.
A little bit further up the order, P6 for the Canadian. There is Quinten.
Yeah, Gary.
Brazil, Belgium, rather, I should say. needing a strong race to try and turn around their fortunes. It has been a challenging time for them in the Nations Cup World Finals here so far tonight, and this is going to be hugely exciting to see how it works out. And
yeah, they're using Catalunya because they're in Barcelona, aren't they, Funders?
It's Brazil from Japan from Chile as we get ready for the third race of the Nations Cup for the World Finals here at the Circuit of Barcelona, Catalunya. We go green flag racing. Brazil leading the field over the rise of the hill and down in towards
Should be an interesting one in this car.
From Chile. Brazil already going for the defensive line. It's an incredibly long run in towards turn one, but that's not stopping anybody behind from having a look for a position there on the inside. Brazil slightly wide there for Adriano Carranza out of turn two, but nothing really to worry about as they come up into turn three and turn four. This is where the field should begin to bunch up and where we may see the first overtaking opportunities coming into play.
Some defensive driving in the background there from Team Canada on Team France, but just about keeping the place for now as we now come around to one of the overtaking spots on this circuit, this hairpin downhill braking zone. Got to be careful down there though, otherwise the rear might end up overtaking the front, as Team France found out in the last race in the Hondas. Now we come through this midsection. Now with this Peugeot 908, there's a lot of downforce in this car, so following on very closely can be tricky. Although Team
Japan are all over Brazil here.
Actually all over the back of Adriano Carranza, signaling his intentions earlier. Only a 7-lap race here, so it is a sprint. So getting the track position early is important. Team Chile defending and almost there, running into the back of Team Japan.
Yeah, they're slightly wide on the exit of turn 10 are Chile, but they managed to just hold on to track position. There's a sleeping policeman on the outside of that curb there, so they were just lucky enough to be able to hold firm in third place for the time being. Keep an eye out for Italy and Valerio Gallo, two of the fastest drivers in the Nations Cup that we've seen, with two former champions in fourth and fifth place, and now Chile are under all sorts of pressure because Lopez is in the slipstream. He ducks to the outside but has to duck back into it because of course Chile have got the hole being punched in the air in front of them by Team Japan. It's a slipstream battle. Valerio Gallo looking to the outside. That's a lunge there from Koke Lopez on the inside to the first corner. Is Volson going to be able to hold firm? Keep an eye out for Canada in the background. They go side by side. Ooh, through turn three. On the inside is Italy. On the outside is Chile. Spain do go up into third place, and it's all kicking off behind. Who's
Spain have got through to P3.
Down in towards turn four.
Look at that. Chaos behind there with France and Canada.
In the mix there as
well. There he's off. He's off. France are off. How have they not seen that?
Pushed off on into the gravel, so things go from bad to worse. But Team France, Thomas at the wheel of that car. But what a move from Koke Lopez. Talk about last of the late breakers. Just about got it by Italy, who overtook on the straight, and then up the inside of Chile as well, who are now down to P6. So it just shows you how frenetic this racing is.
1 second for Belgium.
Shuffled down the field.
Belgium picking up a penalty for a collision on this lap as well. So they're in 7th place, and they've managed to make a good ascension through the field at the expense of the other incidents that have unfolded in front of them. But it's going to be a very detrimental penalty given how bunched up the grid is at this particular point. Canada and Chile under investigation.
Brazil's team look very good for the final, you know. Benelli as well. They're all very good in the X 2019.
I was expecting Adriano Carranza to pull out a little bit more of an advantage over Kobayashi at the sharp end of this field, but despite having good pace, it's not quite enough to overhaul the Japanese driver in second. In the background, third place is under threat there. Gallo just looking for a half look on the inside of the reigning champion Koke Lopez for Spain, but no room at the inn for now.
Yeah, two former champions, Nations Cup champions, no doubt, battling out for third and fourth place. Koke Lopez from Spain,
wide line there for
Italy as we come now into Team
Gallo looks very quick in this.
There's a replay. This, I think, is what happened. This was the amazing overtake here by Koke Lopez, really stamping his authority down there as he wanted a lot of practice he has over the course of the last race.
Aggressive but good.
So, no doubt he got it right. We're on board now with Italy's Valerio Gallo. Very, very quick, very, very aggressive race. And you can see in the mirror, actually, if you look for top right, that's the gap we've got. Already 1 point.
Pulling away, aren't they?
To Team Canada, the top 4 in the league of their own.
It's crucially out of slipstream range, and the thing is, if you get closer, you're
France are out of this, you know.
Tricky for Canada and Ethan Lim to close up that deficit. Nose to tail the top 4 run as we come through turn 10. Lap 3 out of 7 we're on here at the Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya. We said it would provide good racing, and it's proven to do exactly that so far. Not usually.
I have never had an issue with Koke. Whenever I've raced against Koke, he's always been alright, to be honest. Never had a problem with him. But I know he does do some aggressive moves, but I've never had an issue with him personally.
Catalunya saying the big overtaking opportunity is going to be turn 1 at the end of this big straight, which we're heading down to now. At the side of lap 4, we've got a change of lead potentially here. Side by side we go with Brazil versus Japan. Carranza going defensive against Kobayashi. blocking the line and the overtaking opportunity there for the Japanese driver. Through turn 3 we go. Oh, Kobe actually trying to get the switch back there on the inside.
Lopez going wide. This is injured. Oh, Gallo's going to go up the inside here.
The party for Spain and Italy respectively. Side by side we go for third place.
Lopez is going to go around the outside.
Lopez is going to have the inside line.
Good racing, good racing, good racing.
And 5. Can he hold firm?
Look at this in the background. Brilliant stuff.
Just about for the time being, so it's as you were at the front.
Saw there, I thought,
well defended by Lopez there.
Team Japan there, but just caught the marbles on the outside, a little bit sideways there, slowed down his exit speed, and he was forced again to defend from Team Italy behind. And even with all that fight in the gap, back to Team Canada is about the same. So all it really takes is one of these guys to make a move for the whole
the fastest UK driver didn't get in the top. You had to be in the top 6 in Europe. So I think you had to be in the top 6 in Europe, or top 8, was it? Top 6 or 8? Oh, and I think it was Coyote, was it? I don't think he made it. I think he was 1 place off or something. He nearly got through, but he didn't.
No chicane layout when you get a massive fast run onto the straight here, but at the moment, Koke Lopez under pressure from Italy.
Quite surprised Will Murdoch didn't make it through with UK, to be honest.
But that's all going to be set to change as we are ready to go 3 wide.
Spain up to P2. Oh, that's going to end in disaster, surely. Oh no, he got through. Good move. Good move. Brilliant move by Lopez.
Spain through into second. Gallo through for Italy into third. Japan relegated down into 4th place. 2 places lost in the space of a corner.
I tell you what, Koke Lopez is driving like the champion that he is, and that home crowd advantage there really definitely paying off. You can see how that would change the live point standings. That will put Spain just a point behind Brazil heading into the grand final, if it were to end as it was. But I've got a sneaky suspicious, Tom, that it's not going to. I don't think it is.
Well, if you're a gambling man and you stick a 5 on any of these teams, you get pretty good odds. Give it a lap or so, and I reckon the odds will be even better, because it's going to be unpredictable. We know that. What it has done with that trio of cars squabbling, it's just allowed Brazil to have a half-second buffer or so. Carrazza, a nice little bit of clear air, but I guarantee that's
going to have to go defensive there. Gallo looks quick, doesn't he? Gallo looks really quick. Oh, Lopez made a mistake.
Coming out of the hairpin sideways.
Andre, thank you for the 24 months, legend. Another legend vote there for Andre, please.
Brazil, Spain, Italy, Japan, and now behind them, look how close Team Canada is. So Ethan Lim here, if anything goes wrong at the front, could find themselves on a podium position. Now he's right on the back. So look in the mirror. Ethan is right there. We're on board with Team Japan now, and Kobayashi going down towards Team 1. We've got the slipstream with the car in front.
Is he going to send it? Gallo going to have a little
Lopez, and now here comes Ethan Lim. He's thrown the car to the inside. He's seen the opportunity. He's only going to get one. Almost onto the gravel there.
So close.
Not quite close enough to make the move.
We've got 6 cars are there now, aren't they? Chili's there as well.
Really making the most of the front guys squabbling.
Well, if Harold Velson was selling ringside seats, he'd be able to get
Ken, thank you very much for the 5 months of mid-tier, legend. Thank you very much. Spam that legend out there for Ken, please, chat. Appreciate it, legend.
So penultimate lap, Brazil and Adriano Carrazza.
She's come back for more fuss, haven't you?
Their advantage just under 0.8 of a second. Final warning for Team USA as well. We saw them have a bit of contact in the opening stages of that race, and the steward saying, if you do that again, well, we're going to slap you on the wrist with a penalty. They're down in 10th position, and that is the last point scoring place in this race. So let's see what the stewards do deem if they do get involved in any further dramas. Down and towards 10 we go. Meanwhile, Koke Lopez, the reigning Nations Cup champion here for Spain, in 2nd place, soaking up the pressure by Valerio Gallo for Italy.
No, I think Gallo wants to get past, but I don't think, because Spain's got the slip still to Brazil, it's very hard, isn't it?
Positions for the grand final, as well, of course, as a few extra points if you finish.
You're watching it, Bella.
So that's why everyone is so keen to try and get as far up the grid as possible. We come on to the final lap now.
Yeah, he's got the run, he's got the run.
To the back of Koke Lopez, 2021 champion versus a 2022 champion, down towards T1.
Don't know if there was a little bit of double defending there.
Outside, Koke Lopez defends. Will there be a switch?
Could there have been a bit of double defending then?
In the background, Kobayashi's there as well, and that attack has now gone to defense as Kobayashi goes up the inside.
Oh no, Gallo!
And Gallo goes from 3rd to 4th whilst trying to overtake the 2nd.
Well, this is going to be really close.
Oh, he's going around the outside though.
Into the right hand, and there's a bit of hip and shoulder between them.
Has he held it? He's held it. He's held it.
Track position, he might have a chance to retaliate up the inside the turn 5. Can he get the car stopped on the apex? Yes, he can. Valerio
quality,
back through
quality.
into 3rd place. This is
Bella,
critical
get
for their
off there.
point
What are you
scoring
doing?
for both of these
What's the
nations, for
matter?
Italy versus Japan.
Oh,
As they come
stand
up
on
the
that,
top,
you
and it's
donkey.
just allowed a little bit of breathing room for Koke Lopez up the road in second.
Only
You
a
coming
few more
back?
corners left here
Come on
of
then,
race
come back
3
then.
of the World
Make your
Finals
mind up.
Nation Cup here
What are you
in
doing?
Barcelona. Looking like Team Japan might have one more stamp here at Team Italy.
Contact. Oh!
Goes Valeria
There was
Gallo.
contact
Up the
there.
inside goes Kobe.
That could be a
Actually up
penalty.
into third
That could be a
place.
penalty.
Great move from the Japanese driver.
What?
But
He just hit
Carrazza,
him?
There's a couple more corners to go.
That wasn't a great move. He hit him.
Yeah, I thought it'd be under investigation, so the stewards might be taking a dim view of that incident.
I was gonna-
Kobayashi into
he
the back
hit
of
him.
Italy. These are the live points rankings as it would sit now. Brazil
How was
will
that
have
a great
1 point
move?
advantage
What?
coming into the grand final. It's Brazil and Adriano Carrazza who make it 2 wins out of 3 races here in Barcelona.
That's gotta be a
Spain
penalty.
finishing
That
in
was a
second
push to
place ahead of
pass.
Japan, Italy,
That was a
Canada,
push to pass,
Chile,
I think.
the Netherlands, France, New Zealand, and the USA completing the top
Yeah, it's
10.
gotta be a penalty.
What
Looked like a
fantastic
push
race.
to
It is
pass.
advantage Brazil by just the smallest of margins coming into the grand final here tonight, and we're going to see whether that incident that happened on the last lap between Japan
Yeah,
and
you
Italy
can't do that
will
as a fair move. You
deem
can't
a
push the
penalty
pass like that.
for it. We saw it was under investigation. Let's wait and find out what
Surely
the
that's
stewards
a penalty.
declare that as a result. But meanwhile, at the sharp end of the field, Adriano Carrazza, great drive from him.
Yeah, really good drive from Carrazza. We're used to seeing him maybe get a bit flustered in these situations, but kept his cool there. And the guy's got good pace. The guy is fast. So really good effort there by Carrazza. And Koke Lopez will be happy with that recovery after the low start.
I think that should be a penalty, personally.
Race, but Rick Kevlin up 4 places from 11 to 2.
It was a hit in the rear that stopped him being able to slow the car down, so has to be a penalty.
Qualifying race, so to speak, for the World Finals here in Barcelona. It was Team Brazil and Adriano Carrazza took lead earlier on, but it was Spain and Koke Lopez with this fantastic move there, taking 2 into 1 at T1 with the charge back through the field after a poor result in the last race. Then this was pretty much the story of the whole race. These 4 teams, Brazil, Japan, Spain and Italy, going at it every corner. It was Koke Lopez working his way back
one
up
more
through
now,
the
Andre,
field.
but
Then
it's a
this
long
move,
one now.
almost 3 wide. It did
We
go
missed the
3
first
wide
race because
down
I was
towards
late.
T1,
I didn't
with
realise
Koke
it started
Lopez
at.
last of the late
I didn't
breakers
realise it
into
started
T1,
at
taking that
3.
second place where he would stay until the flag. But here's the view from Valerio Gallo. Oh, I've never seen 3 of his cars 3 wide before. What a show.
Fantastic racing, wasn't it? You can see Japan here on the inside, Italy looking for the move back through. Japan there getting their move back ahead at turn 3. Brazil then taking the checkered flag from Spain, from Japan.
Sunday,
as
Lucas.
well. And we've just heard a
Sunday
decision there
always
about the
part-time
penalty,
on a
Jimmy.
Sunday.
There is
I've got to
penalty
have
that's
one
going
day
to
of
be
at
awarded.
least doing
It's
half
deemed a
day.
racing incident, so Japan will keep 3rd place. Let's go down to our winner though, Adriano Carrazza for Team Brazil.
Well, hello. How are you doing?
Yeah, fine.
Yeah, you good? You enjoyed that?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, did you have any idea it was quite chaotic?
Racing
behind you,
incident,
though?
are they saying?
pressure.
Oh,
Yeah. Talk us through the
on.
drive for you.
Yeah, my
What?
driving is defend a
Need
lot
to see it again.
because
I wanna
know
see
the
that again.
Guys behind me is faster.
I need to
So
see that
try
because I
to
don't think that's
defend
fair.
And keep the
I want to
gap,
see it
keep
though
the
because
pace,
he
and
might have
see
double
the
moved.
middle
So we need to
of
see
the
if
tires,
Italy moved.
and that's it.
Might have moved on the
stellar
braking. So
drive,
just
obviously.
wait until we see the
Now,
replay,
yes,
really.
3 races for you guys. You're obviously going in the lead in the grand final. I mean, pressure on, pressure off. What do you think?
Yeah. Brazil, Spain, I think is a great battle on the final, and I hope is Brazil win.
Well, yeah. I think Spain did amazingly well, like coming back from that. So,
Yeah, it all depends on it.
how
We
do you
need to
feel?
see
So
if
you're
there was
gonna
any
just take a little
movement
break
by
before you,
Gallo.
get ready?
Great, feel normal, no anxious. So did the practice in the home, and it's okay.
If he
Well, you're
did
doing
brake too
good.
late and hit
Just
Gallo,
keep it
then
together
and they
for
let
the
him keep
grand
that position, that's
final.
disgusting.
Look,
That's just
congratulations.
so
Let's give it
bad.
up, Adriano Carrazza for Brazil, winner of race 3. Back to you, Tom and Jimmy.
Great to hear from Adriano Carrazza. Great to see the Spanish crowd being as passionate as ever as well.
Need to see it.
Carrazza
I wanna
takes
see
top
that.
honours and 12 points into the grand
Are they
final
going to
for
show
the
it
Brazilian
again?
team ahead of Spain and Koke Lopez. 10 points on the board for them with second place. Kobayashi in Japan, 8 points on the board for third position. Gallo into fourth with that last lap overtake that we saw. Lim getting some good points there for Canada.
GT Grandad with 5 gifted memberships to Legend Chat. Big thumbs up on Legend for GT Grandad, please. Thank you so much for that, Grandad. Spam it, chat. Legend there.
Very much Japan in there as well.
Thank you so much for doing that, GT Grandad.
Double points on offer for this last one.
Don't forget to hit the like button if you're in the stream as well. Hit that like button, subscribe. All helps me out doing this full time. Obviously, we're normally racing, but today we're watching.
Realistically, at the point, it's between 4 teams: Brazil, Spain, Japan, Italy. But if there is a poor race from any of those guys, Chile and France, they're still there. Canada's not too far behind either. So definitely a chance of a podium for pretty much anyone down 7th place at the moment.
Yeah, it was hugely exciting, that race. Loads and loads of action up and down the field, as we've seen at the Circuit of Barcelona and Catalonia. Over the course of this weekend, it's not just the Nations Cup races we've had here. We've had some manufacturers races. We've had a lot of Pro-Am races. That was chaos earlier on here tonight. Make sure to keep an eye on our YouTube channel for that. Now, of course, it's not just about us here on the ground here in Barcelona. It's about you at home as well. And on Gran Turismo 7, there are plenty of campaigns to keep you interested. Take a look at this and find out what you can get yourself involved with ahead of our grand final for the Nations Cup.
If you've opened up GT7 in the past couple of days, you'll see that it's been.
They're not going to show that incident again, are they? See you later, Bella.
It's your chance to get.
I want to see from like a helicopter camera, like they did with the you know, the move in the same corner that Porsche got the penalty with. I want to see that move from that angle again, but I don't think they're going to show it, are they?
By Brembo. Receive 1 million credits every time you predict correctly. You can vote right up until the start of the grand final race of each event. You can also get rewarded by watching the World Finals directly in GT7. Click the button on the GT7
Jeff was really quick.
Screen and join the Viewers Campaign by BBS. You will automatically receive a new Vision GT concept car for every show that you watch.
Helicopter camera, you mean, Ahmed? It's helicopter camera.
Final celebration race
That's what they call it.
Experience the same races as the drivers competing at the World Finals this weekend. Keep practicing.
Jose, legend. Thank you very much for the $20.
Yeah.
When is the next streamer battle? If anything, say, oh, we need to know who's the best. I mean, I don't know when the next. I don't know. I don't think there will be one, to be honest. I doubt there is one.
We're stuck here talking about it.
But yeah, no idea, mate. Thank you for the $20, oh legend. But yeah, I'm not that. I'm not that fussed.
Now, team to watch going into this grand final.
I doubt there ever will be one because
I have to say, I think
I just don't think it'll be.
1 point away. I mean,
probably not going to have one. I don't think. Not on this game. Not with the way lobbies are, anyway.
Looking forward to seeing what they're going to be able to do.
Yeah, I mean, they've been incredibly consistent, all of them, across the last few events we've had here at Barcelona. As you say, just 1 point off, and in the grand final, that's really nothing. That's basically just finishing ahead.
Are we faster than Super GT? Yes.
Yes. Incredibly strong lineup.
I don't think that's up for debate.
Here, however, is one of the bad highlights so far for Spain. This is what, you must wonder what could have been if not for this incident, Tom, in race 2.
Quite, you call it a highlight, or rather a low light, but it was a great highlight of a recovery for Jose Serrano in that second race.
Digits quicker, I think, a little bit, possibly.
Up into
like, I can keep pace with him on some combos. We can beat him on certain, like we beat him in a lot of the manufacturers race. We finished ahead. In 2 of them, we finished ahead in the races that we did. But he is quicker, I'd say. I wouldn't argue that.
Of course, there are different car and circuit combinations. Let's go down to talk to Jules, who she's got Team Spain ahead of the grand final.
Well, yes, I'm down here with 2/3 of Team Spain. Let's hear it for Team Spain. Come on, 1 point difference.
Digits is probably a bit quicker overall, I'd say. But it's only a matter of like tenths. It's not massive amounts. It's very close.
How do you feel going into this final race? You feeling confident?
Yeah, we think we have chances, but we don't want to be overconfident. Everyone will be fast.
Aura doesn't play anymore. Well, he does, but not very often.
Amazing driving, and everything you've done has been.
So Ollie, I never lost to Ollie. What are you on about?
Was nothing to do.
You mean when they did the Lega race? I beat him in the other race, though, Todd. We did too, remember?
To see how this is going to go.
We lost to Ollie because we were at Lego Major, mate. I hate it. That's why I don't really like them events. They literally picked the one track I hated. I was like, ah, sod that. The one race at Spa, I finished P2, didn't I, with Tidgeny? Tidgeny and me and Tidgeny were fighting to the end. We finished about 5 seconds apart on the other one.
Everyone's going to be on a different strategy.
But
and yeah, we have to.
Yeah, Tidgeny was probably quicker on GT Sport, I'd say. On GT Sport, I would have said Tidgeny was quicker when he was playing full time. But on GT7, I think we're faster than Tidgeny. We had a Spa race, Todd. It was really good. We had Emery in it, so Emery who's made it through to the World Finals. We had myself, Tidgeny. That was a better one. Super GT was in it. That was the better one, the Spa race. I thought that was a better. It was more entertaining as well.
I think we could just stick with the music.
But
yeah, let's hear it for them.
Yeah, I think Tidgeny won in the Audi. I was P2 in the Porsche in that one, and I think Emery was just behind. I think in P3 or 4.
My goodness me, I tell you what, you can't
GT Sean, you legend. Thank you very much for the £10, man. Hi, Key. Hope you're keeping well. And the chat. Thank you very much for the £10 there through Super Chat. Legend chat, you know what to do, chat. Big thumbs up and legend shout out.
If Spain do walk away with this snipe, it'll just be an absolutely insane scenes here at Barcelona.
Appreciate support, legends. But yeah, the Spa one was really good. There should be a video on the channel. I think Super GT made a video from that. I got a bit unlucky at the start of the Spa race, so I lost like lost about 3 or 4 seconds, but the Audi was very good on low fuel though. So Tidgeny did quite a good call when he went the Audi on that race, because the Audi was really strong on low fuel at Spa, whereas the Porsche was better on full fuel. So I was really quick at the first stage, but then Tidgeny on low fuel was really quick with the Audi. But the Audi was rapid on GT Sport. Porsche, thank you for the $5, legend. The real question is the key faster than the Stig? I am the Stick. What are you on about? Did you not know? Thank you for the dono as well, Porsche. Another thumbs up and legend shout out there. Spam that legend emote. Yep, Spa, X 2019. I don't think anyone's going to touch Brasilia, you know. I think, well, Spain.
Tires for today. Racing soft, medium, and hard tires are on display. Each tire must be used for at least 6 laps.
6 laps.
Ooh. Hard tire that people tend to try and use in 1 lap and then.
Surely they're going to go. What's the tire wear? What's the tire wear on this?
Be used for at least 6 laps, Tom.
Well, if you're the likes of Brazil and Spain and you're starting at the shop, are you going to go soft early on, do you think, or are you going to go for the hard tire?
That was the days, wasn't it, Funders? I said that yesterday. The best time on Gran Turismo was when it was nations and they were individual, and it was Fraga, Miazano, Mikael, and it was like they were fighting. It was the best by miles, that spot. Even Cody as well, when Cody was racing. I miss Cody in these events. I think Cody was so good. He was so unlucky never to really get that win, wasn't he? Shame that he's not racing anymore.
Involved in the act as well and predict the winner campaign that's on board with GT7 at the moment. You can win 1 million in-game credits, as you can see. And, well, I mean, you can go to Rupert's tuning shop.
My GTDD Pro's out of commission, Sean. I'm on the CSL at the moment with the GTDD base, wheel rim, sorry. I will be back on the GTDD Pro soon, and maybe if I can afford the if I can afford to get the, what do you call it, the new one that's coming out at the end of this month, the GTDD Plus, is it, or whatever, the DD Plus or whatever, I might get that next year. It just depends on, it's a very expensive time of year at the moment. We got Christmas, obviously, for the kids, and then both their birthdays are in February. Both kids are, their birthdays right close together in February, so I have to wait until after that and see what the finances are like in like April, and I might get it. I might get the better one. We shall see. The GTDD Pro loses feedback. No, mine doesn't. My force feedback never changed. Direct Drive doesn't lose feedback. CSL loses feedback a bit, over usage, but not that bad. The Club Sport DD Plus, that's the one, Ray.
In Barcelona, we are very much looking forward to seeing what is going to unfold. There are the Spanish commentators in front of the Spanish.
What's your predictions, chat, for this one? Spain. Is it Spain and? Well, this is going to be interesting. So, this is going to be intense, chat. Look at them 2 teams. teams.
On the front row of the grid. Kobayashi heads
This is going to be proper intense.
Then you've got Mangano for Italy in 4th position. Canada and Trent Jeffrey line up P5. Then 6th is Chile and Fabian Portilla at the helm.
This is Brazil versus Spain, chat. Brazil versus Spain. This is going to be a good one, I think.
Challenging day in the office for them so far. New Zealand's Cy Bishop heads up P9 on the grid. And the USA.
Hey, I did racing yesterday, Gary. What are you on about? We raced yesterday, you cheeky little. I did 3 daily races yesterday. You mustn't have been in time. Yeah, I'm not racing tonight. Do you know why I'm not racing? Another reason, chat. My elbow's starting to get better over this weekend because I've obviously not been racing as much. My elbow feels much better, so I think it's done me good to have a little break off the elbow because I was in the gym today and I wasn't getting any feeling of pain in it on my elbow, which is the first time I've had that in about 3 weeks, so it must be the rest that I've given it over the weekend. So yeah, I'm not racing again today. I'll be live tomorrow though.
Okay, so just having listened to that, all I could hear was there's a little bit of distance, so I reckon that's what they're sort of talking about. Strix and the fact that they're close to Brazil. Try and keep the distance to a minimum, I imagine, would be the plan, and not let Igor Fraga get away.
This is going to be a good one, chap. This is going to be a good one.
For one final time.
Sim elbow, yeah. I've had sim knee, and I've had sim elbow. This is going to be a good one. I think Spain might get the lead off the start here. Keep your eye on this, chat. Fraga. Will he do a Fraga, chat? Will he do a Fraga? I wonder if he'll do a Fraga. Keep your eye on this, chat. Well, I kind of want Fraga to win this, though, you know. I don't know. Oh, good exit by Brazil there.
Let's see what happens then. Brazil leading the way. Fraga trying to pull out as much of an advantage.
What an exit off that corner Fraga got.
Circuit, but Japan already trying to put the pressure onto the back of Spain.
Fraga absolutely nailed that exit.
Ahead of Chile for the first time, and there's an incident already under investigation as we come into Lake Coon.
Yeah, I think that involved New Zealand, and Cy Bishop is now off the back of the field by 6 seconds. We'll get back to that when we know what's happened, but now at the front of the field is Brazil and Spain. And
this is going to be a good one, chap. Is there any dynamic weather in this? No, there can't be because they've got compulsory tyres.
This fast left-hander, and then down to Puon, a very, very fast double apex corner, which these sort of cars absolutely love. There's a little blip of the throttle, off you go, and then back on again, full throttle.
Yeah, they can't be. They've got tyre rules, so they can't be.
Mile an hour as Brazil starts to, I say, somewhat have a small gap, but only still 0.4 of a second. Now, this car is a car that we know Team Brazil's Igor Fraga absolutely loves. He's done so well in this car over the course of the Nations.
Who's driving for Spain at the moment, chap?
With Coque Lopez, 2022 Nations Cup champion, hot on his heels behind.
This circuit is a track, especially in this X2019, that holds a fair few mixed memories, though, for Igor Fraga. If you remember back to New York in 2019, he had a coming together with...
Tell you what, Japan, on the mediums there, chat, Japan on the mediums are holding on, and Italy.
As we come to the end of this first lap. Japan and Spain, though, not Japan and Italy, rather, I should say, not too far adrift in third.
Tell you what,
as we come across the timing line to begin
if they keep holding on like that because of the slipstream, that could be a massive boost for Italy and Japan. Oh!
A closing speed there. Did he just miss his braking point? Was that intentional?
Yeah, I think he missed his braking point there, Tom. I think you called that right the first time. He's gone almost flying into the back of Brazil's Igor Fraga, and that's going to keep Team Japan and Team Italy in contention. And what Brazil and Spain are trying to do now is break the toe to the guys on the medium compound tyres. Because if in the medium compound,
they've already done that. Canada are out the slip now. Canada have lost the slip to Italy, so Italy and Japan are doing really good here.
Then you're kind of negating that somewhat. So longer they can stay there, the better. Team Chile, I think, they're overtaking Team France up into P6 in that medium compound tyre. We'll keep an eye on this battle at the front first. Now, Coque Lopez, what do you do here, Coque Lopez? I think really
quite a clever thing they've done there, you know, starting on the medium and just trying to stay with them with the slip. Quite clever. That could come back to help. I think Japan and Italy could be in a very good position here.
So if he can sit there in the slipstream, Coque Lopez, he can just afford to save that little bit of fuel compared to Igor Fraga, who is punching that hole in the air.
They're starting to break it now.
For the instant on the first corner, we didn't see exactly what happened as we were looking a bit further up the field. Let's see if we can piece together what went on then here. So this is Malaysia in 11th. That's your first lap incident down in towards turn 8. What's going to happen here between Malaysia and the USA? Just wondering what goes on. They come through in towards the left-hander of turn 9. Malaysia just sitting behind the USA. They go to the inside line, coming down in towards Puon. Belgium getting themselves ahead of the Netherlands as well, so that's actually a bit further up the order, a little bit
Great
later
replay.
on. That's actually nothing in relation to the penalty that Malaysia have picked up. Meanwhile, back at the sharp end, Brazil versus Spain, Fraga versus Lopez.
Yeah, France are looking pretty good as well. They've done well holding on the hard tyre. So they have done, France have done a good job as well, I think you're right.
Is going to go off a lot quicker than
but now, see how, since they broke the slipstream, now look at the gap increase into Japan. So Japan have just gained themselves about 1.5 seconds because of being in the slip. So they've gained more than, they've actually done better pace than they should have been doing, just through being in that slipstream. They're going to drop off now.
There's no strong and no weak driver allowed here, so saying that here comes Koke Lopez.
Oh, Lopez into the lead.
Of this race. Through he goes past Igor Fraga, and I get the impression that maybe Igor didn't fight that too hard. He's not keen on losing too much time at the moment.
Do you think they might end up being in a bit of a race where they've got their shoelaces tied together, if I may use such a term, because they might work together whilst they're on similar sorts of strategies, and then as they go into the pit stops and the...
Tell you what though, look at Japan, 1.8 behind.
Yeah, possibly. I mean, we'll have to see what the...
Why are they not pulling away so quick with this car, with the tyres? Have they changed the tyre model for this event or something?
Team Brazil and Japan, who are in third, would remain third. So basically your top three would be your top three on the podium as of now. But a long way to go yet here. We're only on lap 3 of 22.
Yeah, Chile with that
France are doing an amazing job at the moment. So France are holding on still in the slipstream to the medium runners. Chat, look at... Is it back? No, who's on the hard tyre? I'm guessing that's Aphelion. Is it Aphelion on the hard tyre?
In 8th down to 12th with New Zealand. Just a shout out by the way.
He's lost the slip there now. Back in it though. Oh no, he's lost it.
Which is incredible dedication. So big hello to Mama Bishop, and also we understand this is going to be Sai's last.
I think Fragger's deliberately done that to save fuel. I get the feeling that Fragger's deliberately dropped back to save a bit of fuel here. I think he's gone into the slipstream just to do a bit of short shifting. It looks very easy to follow here at the moment, you know. It looks super easy to follow.
Still leading from Igor Fraga and Team Brazil. Now let's see if we get a bit of a...
Oh, is it Baptist? That's quite a good strategy, that, isn't it? Because put Baptist in the car and he can hang on to slower drivers that are on faster tyres and just gain from their speed. Look, he's 1.2 behind still.
Well, he's going down to Lucas Alberto to get them to translate that for us, I think.
So what I think France are going to do is I think France are going to go 6-6.
A bit more team radio just
Will they do 6-6-10? No, 6-6. How many were there? Yeah, 6-6-10. Would they be able to do that? Let's see what the tyres are like. I want to see the tyre wear on the soft runners now, and we'll get an idea of what them tyres can do with lower fuel.
That sounds like to me, that's Koke saying, you know what, I'm going to push now. If you keep up, mate, no, fair enough, but I don't think you can. And saying that, the gap is now up to 6/7 of a second.
I think Fragger's chilling. I think Fragger's saving fuel.
You see there, putting to the left early, trying to break the toe a little bit early.
I want to see the fuel as well in these two cars.
Experienced in this car, but as is Koke Lopez, of course, winning the 2022 Nations Cup in this car.
Tyres still look very good on these top two.
Lopez, I'm sure, is eager to be the only person to retain a Nations Cup. Well, I guess the format's slightly different now, but no one's ever had a double before.
Well, this is the thing here. We've never had a back-to-back champion. That much is true. But of course, we do have a different element. Normally, we're used to talking about individual drivers who are divulging on their own strategies and so on. Now, of course, we've got this team element where you've got 3 drivers all working head-to-head with one another. What do you make of this format now, Jimmy? Of course, it's been a big shake-up to the order for 2023.
I mean, I quite enjoy the team format. You know, it's good to have different strengths, different weaknesses, because it also adds a bit more...
no weather, because they've got 3 compulsory tyres, so there won't be any weather in this. You can't have rain and have 6 laps compulsory and hard.
Of action, we've had Belgium and Baccalaureate there has gone up 5 places from the start, owing mainly to being on that medium.
The only way they could do that is if it did rain, it'd be like invalidate all tyres. But I don't think they'd do that because it wouldn't be fair.
Canada, we're still on board now with Brazil's Igor Fraga. I think, fair to say, starting to drop off the back of Koke Lopez.
So, crucial thing here, Jimmy, we're on lap 5, one more lap, and we're coming to the minimum requirement for the tyre time. So it's those a little bit quiet in the race as it stands for now. You can expect the drivers that are on the hard tyres occupying 8th down to 12th. They will probably want to come in and get those hard tyres off as soon as they possibly can, because the hard tyres.
So you're going to see France pit lap 6, 100%. They are going to go in the pits lap 6. They dropped off a bit though, France, haven't they? They seem to have dropped off a bit now. Have they made a mistake? I think France have made a mistake somewhere, because they've lost like 2 seconds.
As soon as they can to get onto a quicker compound.
Yeah, I've got a sneaky suspicion it'll be at 5 pit stops at the end of this lap, I think. But we go out through the last part for Stabler 1 and Stabler 2.
What we need to keep an eye on here is how long are the soft tyres going to go?
Fantastic racing over the course of the series here. The Fabien Portier basically saying, Spain are going to win. But no, I think it's good to have that respect for your fellow team, fellow drivers. Portier's been around for a very long time. He's seen the landscape here, and there's no doubt that the Spain lineup is a very strong one indeed.
Yeah, exactly. You saw that in the World Series Showdown a couple of months ago. They won in Amsterdam in commanding fashion. Some 16 seconds they had at the checkered flag over Japan and Brazil. How ironic it is that it was Spain, Japan, Brazil. That was your top 3 at the grand final in Amsterdam, and we've got the same 3 nations on the podium as it sits so far.
I think the speed is speed, you know. These guys are fast and they're at the top of the field because they deserve to be there. So, are we going to see some pit stops now from those hard
So
runs?
you're going to see France pit.
Turn, of course. So there's a little bit of a limited practice before this, get an idea of tyre wear, etc., but not a lot. So maybe some of the drivers choosing. I think they've all chosen.
I think that.
So end of this lap.
60, yeah, Brazil have got well, 63, and Spain have got 60. Fragger's saving fuel, chap. And it's what the fuel rate was very slow as well, wasn't it? What was the fuel rate when they pitted? Was it 3 litres a second? I tell you what, Brazil there. Brazil are in a very good position there, saving a little bit of fuel.
When they come into the pits, doesn't necessarily mean they're going to do it on the first stop. They may do it on the second stop when they need to put some more juice in the car. So
Fragger's saving his fuel, like we said. Fragger's trying to save a bit. It's working there. That could leapfrog him.
Back in 2018 at the Nürburgring. Since then, he's had good results online, but when it comes to the World Tour, World Series events, as we've had,
no, not the rate of fuel, the refueling rate. So the fuel's on ×2, but the refueling rate was 3 litres a second, I think, which that's quite slow, chat. So for every like one, you know, like so 60 to 63, that could be 1 second difference in refueling.
Young driver, but as you say, very experienced, taking part in Japanese Formula 4. It is there, so we know he's got the real life racing ability, which I think we're seeing more and more. They both translate both ways. People are quick in real life, quick in sim. People are quick in sim, quick in real life. It's great to see just how close these sims are now. In comes Team Italy.
Italy doing, yeah, they're doing 6-6-10, chap. They're going to do 6-6-10. That is going to be the strategy. 6-6-10 is going to be the way to do this, I'm telling you. I think that Spain starting on, the top 2 starting on soft, might lose a bit of pace by doing that, because I reckon they're going to go extra laps at the end with lower fuel. So they're going to go onto the hard tyre now, Italy, surely, and do 6 laps on the hard. Oh no, they're going soft.
They think that Gallo is their best.
I don't know about that.
Making hay whilst the sun shines. France, Malaysia, USA,
oh, actually, no, because they don't need to refuel, do they? So yeah, they'll probably do. They probably will do that. Oh, he nearly lost it.
And crucially for him here, Jimmy, nice bit of clear air.
So France are going to go onto mediums now and do 6 laps onto the mediums. So what I think that Italy have just done is they've put enough fuel to do 10 laps, chap. I think they've refueled to do 10 laps.
Anyway, front of the field remains Team Spain from Igor Fraga. And Fraga, I think, basically just dropped to about 8 tenths and has just chosen to stay there. But like he has had the pace to move forward a little bit.
He's saving fuel.
Hasn't done so for now. And with that, we say goodbye to Cy Bishop, his last stint here at the GT World Series, all over Dublin. Again, thank you, Cy. It's been a pleasure, mate.
So Matt McEwen takes over with Team New Zealand, as we watch Team Spain now with a 9/10 of a second advantage over Team Brazil in second place. Of course, Spain and Brazil have not yet pitted at this point. But
not much going on, but it's all strategy at the moment.
A 10.5 or so quicker than Igor Fraga last time around was Coque Lopez. Meanwhile, Team USA very close with Malaysia in front and the Netherlands behind. Donovan Parker now at the wheel of the American X2019.
There's no
Just
rain in
front
this
of them
race.
is Danny Weakness Warren, who's taken over for Team Malaysia. They were on the hard tyre and now challenging Team Malaysia coming in towards Puwon. So this is going to get mightily close between them as they come through into the left and then in towards the Fanya chicane. Look at the Netherlands there, looking at the inside, bit of contact between themselves and the USA. That might put America onto the back foot. And Kevlin there for the Netherlands just backing out of the throttle, and they all hold station for the time being as they come through the second Stavalo.
Yeah, more pit stops now. Japan, Canada, Belgium and Chile in. This is going to be Kobayashi going to Suzuki. He's got no choice but to. Only two drivers here today owing to Sasaki, unfortunately, not being able to make it to this event. But they've been performing very well as just a duo between them. Going onto that hard compound tyre, meaning Kobayashi has had the start and the anchor.
So they're going to go for better tyres at the end,
Suzuki,
aren't they? They've done 8 laps on the... Well, no, 7 laps. They did 7 laps on the medium, didn't they?
So
7 laps on the medium.
Interestingly, for the first time, over a second now ahead of Team Brazil.
And then they're going to do 9 laps on the soft at the end. But the fact that Spain have done 8 laps here on the softs with full fuel means that they're probably going to get 10 laps out of them, you know, if they want to risk it.
The leading hard runner now, 29 seconds is the gap, and you can see the tyre life there. So Koke Lopez, interestingly, going quicker than Igor Fraga and using less of that rear tyre, but more of the front tyre. Different driving styles there, mate.
Yeah, hugely interesting to see.
So Japan didn't refuel up. Japan put no fuel in at the pit stop, chat. So the reason Japan are ahead is because Japan haven't put fuel in at the pit stop. Italy have. So Italy are doing a longer stint on the softs. That's why they had to refuel up, because they want to do a longer stint. When they repit, Japan will have to put the fuel in, and Italy won't. So that's why the gaps have increased.
The 9th lap out of 22 here at Spa-Francorchamps. We're just waiting for these strategies to begin to diverge. Italy there, of course, on the soft tyre, new soft tyres for Gallo versus Japan. Now 1.1 seconds, that gap between them for 3rd and 4th place. Look at this, the Netherlands versus Malaysia. That was an aggressive move there from Rick Kevlin, just shuffling.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, it's unlucky here for Rick, because Rick is really quick in that X2019. He's a very quick driver.
More fuel, and the Netherlands there getting very, very sideways. That's Rick Kevlin at the wheel there, and just getting onto that slippery stuff on the outside. And this car's got a lot of power, so if you mash the throttle, there's no TC being run here, then you can very easily have a moment like that. Malaysia and USA squabbling over that top.
Yeah, obviously they'll have the soft tyres on last stint, but that's why the gap's like that. That's where the gap's been increased from, because of fuel. It's on really long refueling.
By Team Malaysia, almost sold a dummy to the Netherlands there, and up into
Good overtake that.
Great move. And meanwhile, here comes Italy on
So
Team Japan.
Italy should get past, yeah.
From Valerio Gallo on that soft tyre. It is. There's no response there from Suzuki and Japan. And up into P3 goes Valerio Gallo. And now it is hammer down time for the 2020 champion.
So yeah, look, they're still out on the softs after 9 laps, chat. They're doing the 10.66. I said this straight away. 10.66 is a strategy. They might do 9 on the start. They might do what the top 2 will do is probably do 9 and then 7 on the mediums, then 6 on the hard. But everyone else will do 10 laps on the softs, I think, for the people that started on medium and hard. Surely, they don't. There's no reason why they'd do more. They've got to do 10 laps on the softs, because with lower fuel it'll do. Yeah, so they're doing 9. Look, 9. They'll do 9, then 7 on the mediums, then 6 on the hard.
Do eventually get the better of the Netherlands. Rick Kevlin as the top 2, Spain and Brazil into the pit lane there for the first time. So Spain, despite having a bit more tyre life, do have 4 litres.
Yeah, so
fewer
Fraga was saving fuel, chap.
So let's see whether they take a bit of fuel on board as they change over their drivers. Who are they going to pop into that seat? Out of it.
Oh, medium and hard, different strategies.
Into it goes Jose Serrano. And likewise for Brazil, out of it goes
Lopez. So
into the seat
Spain have put
interestingly, Spain choosing to fuel a bit more there, while we have a very quiet period through.
This is interesting. So Brazil have got ahead by refueling less,
yeah, Brazil, though, crucially,
and now on the hard tyre, and they're going to hold up Spain on the medium, maybe. This is going to be interesting. But look at the difference from saving the fuel and putting a little less fuel in. They gave themselves 4 seconds.
Out first, so they could then sit and just hold up the car behind. The reminder, of course, that
Where's Italy now? How far behind are Italy?
To ruin your race if you're not careful over that pit line, which is why the drivers are so careful on pit exit. So right now, Spain have the most fuel of anyone out there.
I think France. Do you know what? I think France are looking alright as well.
They're going to try and run it dry, and in that process, try and hold up Jose Serrano a little bit. The gap's already come down by a second since the start of the lap.
I know France are quite far behind, but I think France could be reasonably strong at the end here.
Part of this Spa-Francorchamps circuit. You can see the marbles already beginning to form here on the outside.
It just depends how much France can catch up to Japan on this stint.
Towards half distance at the moment. Netherlands, they're closing up onto the back of the USA once more down in 10th position. So this divergence in strategies is going to make things very interesting. You can see the gap was about 4.5 seconds.
Killian on softs at the end could be interesting.
Spain already decreasing that gap. Jose Serrano at the wheel, now down to just under 2 seconds. He'll be in slipstream range, I'm sure, by the next time they come on to the Kemmel.
He's catching him up quick here. But the hard tyres will take a lap to warm up, chat. We know that anyway about the hard tyres. They're a pain to warm up on this car. They take 2 to 3 laps to get the temperature, and once they get the temperature, they're not too bad.
Right now, Brazil would be your Nations Cup 2023 champions, but not if this man has ever been said by now. Jose Serrano from Spain on that medium compound tyres, rapidly closing in on Brazil's Lucas Benelli in front. So the gap down to 1.2 seconds. It will be this lap.
Italy look very. Wow, no. Italy. What tyre? Italy have to go on the mediums, don't they? Spain have to go onto the hard tyre. I think Italy are ahead of Spain right now, you know. Depending on fuel, though. It all depends on fuel situation, but Italy look very strong here.
Now 8 tenths of a second, 7 tenths of a second. Not going to be close enough for Lecomte, but in this braking zone, look how much Serrano closes.
Yeah, this will be easy pickings here for Jose Serrano. And the thing is, if you look,
this is going to be super close, chat. I think we could be in for an absolutely insane finish here with the strategies, the way it's all working out.
Same strategy as we go for the change of lead down in towards turn 7. Serrano then
going to try and go around the outside. Very hard to go around the outside there, but he's got. Oh, he got pushed wide a bit. Oh, he got him. He got him.
Brilliantly done there for Jose Serrano to take the lead of the race away at the halfway stage, and now they can just clear off into the distance. And Brazil are going to have to keep a keen eye on their mirrors because Italy's Valerio.
Yeah, this is going to be. I don't know. This is anyone's chart. Even France, if they keep catching up at that rate.
They would be ahead over Japan.
Because France have got to go onto the softs at the end also.
Left to run, and we've got different strategies to work out.
So who's going softs at the end? It's
Team Spain. He had to make that move as soon as he could. Then basically he made that the
so France, Japan.
So he now needs to just sprint away.
France and Japan have got to go onto the soft tyres at the end, haven't they?
And just try and make as big a gap as possible now.
But France aren't close enough to Japan, I don't think.
They are going to have to use
I don't think France are close enough to Japan.
Are going to be reversed.
So I think Japan, it's going to be Japan, Italy, Brazil and Spain this. Very close.
Now just holding on to the back of Team Brazil. He's got the fastest.
I don't think France are in it. I think this is the top 4. I don't think France. I don't think they're close enough. Don't think France are in it. Well, we need to see the fuel. I want to see the fuel to see.
Fast 4 seconds.
Because France might have more fuel in. It's possible that France have done all their refueling.
It represents the highest honour where the champions are born. And can Italy elevate themselves up into 3rd position? Italy started this one on the medium tyres. They're on the soft tyres now. They will owe the hards at the end of this race, so that could compromise them a little bit there. Not close enough, but Italy just backing off there. Valerio Gallo biding his time behind Brazil as it stands for now.
I think what he did there was turn the fuel down on the straight, get it high for the first part, turn it down almost like you're using a hybrid, giving you that burst out the corner where the acceleration is important, and then putting it off at the end of the straight.
I picked Spain and Brazil on both on like Spain on May. No,
on the last lap
I can't remember. I did Spain and Brazil on 2 accounts. Can't remember which.
It's going to be an easy pass here for Valerio Gallo, and Benelli, I think, very cleverly there just lets him have it.
I tell you what.
As little time as possible in that hard combat attack, because he knows it's going to come back to him. It's going to come back to Team Brazil in their last stint.
Italy have got to go onto the medium tyre, don't they?
If he is going to just save a little bit of fuel.
I have no idea right now because I don't know what the fuel situation is. I don't know what fuel like.
Just save that little bit of fuel behind him there as well.
You're thinking, why save fuel when you can refuel? But the idea is you spend less time in the pit lane. You saw the difference between Spain and and Brazil.
I don't know about Japan, you know. They're quite far behind.
So every little bit of fuel you save just helps you in that last pit stop.
Mark Pinnell here just in front of Belgium. We've had a challenging day at the office, I think it's fair to say so far. They sit in 8th place at the moment. Both of these teams on the same strategy, on the hard tyre for their medium stint. A reminder, of course, they must do
hopefully they show the fuel in a minute of all the top 4. Even also Baptist as well in P5. We need to see what his fuel's like.
Of that car, would love to be able to bring a strong result home at their home circuit of Spa, but it has been an uphill struggle for them so far. They were hit with a penalty earlier on for a collision, and they're stuck behind Canada as it stands for now, who had a really good start to the evening's worth of racing. Since then, they've been consistently in the top 5. It's not been close enough to challenge for the podium, but let's see whether that can change at the moment.
We know that Brazil put low fuel in, didn't we? They underfueled. So Spain have got more fuel than Brazil because Spain refueled up more.
Looking at the live timing there, interestingly, Spain actually quicker that time around than Team Italy. And that might be crucial. You really want to be maximising that soft tyre. And Gallo did have to overtake someone there, but that might be enough. Team radio from Spain here as Belgium attack Canada.
Thing is though, Spain have got to go to hard tyre, don't they? And Italy go to medium tyre. Italy will be so much quicker than the hard tyre. The hard tyre doesn't look very quick.
That medium combat of tyre before too long, as Belgium do manage to get themselves in front of Canada for now. Down in towards turn 8 we go. Into the pits come the USA, then they've gone on off the medium tyre as quick as they possibly can on to the soft compound, so they're going to try and run to the end of this race for 9 laps, which is going to be interesting because the time.
So Brazil are going to pit in another 2 laps, aren't they? Brazil will pit on lap
5. It's going to be pretty warm for them.
Yeah, Brazil will pit at the end of
it's going to be right
lap
on the
14, won't they? Will they?
So I think just trying their best to try and bring it back. USA, they've got to try something now. Of course, they're down the bottom of the field, so really taking a stab isn't going to hurt anyone at this point.
See the tyre life there on the left-hand side of your picture. Spain have done 5 laps on the medium tyre, so they'll do this one, and then they'll do another, and then they'll come in at the end of their 6-lap stint on that medium compound
no, they won't.
Imagine so, because we heard the team radio a few moments ago saying that he's going to come in before too long. Japan coming
surely
in
surely Spain will do 7 laps on the mediums. They're not going to do an extra lap on the hard. They'll do Spain will do the extra lap on the medium, not the hard. So Spain will do 7 laps on the medium.
Spain come in soon. They want to try and get the minimum time on that hard tyre. But
yeah, I was going to say, yeah.
They're being listened to, you know. Maybe
Jimmy's right there. They'll do the extra lap on the medium. Spain.
And onto that soft compound tyre. That'll be going to the end now. Kobayashi will be getting back into the car. If you're wondering why he got back out only to get back in, there are only 2 drivers available for Team Japan. Unfortunately, the 3rd driver unable to.
If Spain not winning, I click dislike.
Kobayashi, of course, the faster of the 2.
Likes out. So hit the like button if you want. There you go, Renato. Yeah, smash that like if you want, chat. I forget about it all the time. I'm too into this. I'm trying to see the different fuels. So they had 71 litres. They put 71 in now. So they're out. France have gone to 68, but with mediums. Now Killian's going on to the softs.
Going to be on the soft compound of tyre towards the end of this race. So cue the Jaws music for Team Spain. They come through Stavolo 2.
Wow.
As it is now known.
France are only 3 seconds behind Japan, chat, but Japan have put more fuel in.
Where, as you can see, Spain on the medium compound of tyre, a little bit more life left, especially in the fronts for them over Team Italy. Italy's rears in particular looking pretty worn at this stage.
Tell you what, this has been an absolutely amazing stint from Jose Serrano. He's been almost matching Valerio Gallo lap time. Only 4 tenths slower last lap, but Gallo turning up the wick a little bit now as they come towards the
Has
end.
Gallo been saved? Oh, I missed the fuel then.
Spain,
I wanted to see the.
for Italy. So
I wanted to see the fuel then.
Now to catch up a little bit, but it's a little bit too. I mean, it will be a straight fight at the end of the race. So Gallo really wants to try and get as close as possible before handing out over to their last driver.
Yeah, this is going to be hugely interesting at the end of this race because Italy, all that Valerio Gallo's job is to try and keep the gap at a manageable distance. Of course, let's not forget Spain, they still owe the hard compound of tyre. Italy also own the hard compound of tyre. So let's see how close they are. Brazil,
This is going to be pretty intense, chat. This is going to get intense at the end.
That they need. They're on lap 6 for Lucas Benelli. He's on that hard compound tyre. It's the slowest compound, but crucially, they are going to go on to the medium tyre towards the end. So they'll be quicker than Spain and Italy in front of them at the end of this race. And which of those drivers are they going to put?
But then Japan and France will be even quicker than them.
We've had Lucas Benelli behind it so far. We kicked off the race, if I remember correctly, with in your Fraga. So we had Carazza,
USA will fight back through a bit because they're on the soft tyre now.
He is quick.
They will fight back a bit
through. To be very competitive here tonight.
It's hard to tell, but I wonder if Benelli's been fast enough on that hard stint. I mean, he's done a 53 on the last lap, but his laps at the start were.
Spain have got good fuel.
It's given away a second lap.
Spain have got good fuel, chap. That's worth quite a bit.
Sure of what the
Italy.
What's the gap sitting at there? Just having a look at it. It's what, 11, 13.
Brazil haven't got very good fuel, have they? Brazil have got to refuel a lot more. Brazil are going to lose 3 seconds or more just in the pits because of fuel.
Now, what about Spain? Are they boxing? No, they're not. What about Italy? Are they boxing?
No, they're not going to.
Are surely going to be coming towards the.
They're not going to box until the 6 laps left on the hard tyre.
Expect Brazil to come into the pit lane at the end of this lap. They're going to get off the hard tyre.
So there's Brazil now, but they've got no fuel, chap.
Lucas Benelli. Malaysia get a warning for illegal blocking. Look at that, time to perfection. 1 litre of fuel for Benelli as he boxes.
They're going to be in the pits for a while now, though.
Carazza, who will take over for their final stint in the race. The gap between themselves and Italy was 11 seconds, and some 3 seconds behind Italy are.
Let's see how long they're in the pits for now, though. Well. So this will be interesting. How close are France and Japan to Brazil? How close will they be when he comes out?
Right now, if you are Adriano Carazza, you've been given the anchor role. You've got to bring the car home. You have the better tyre than the teams around you will have on their stint. It's completely up to him now. We know how fast he is. We know how aggressive he is. I remember a crazy move we saw all the way back in 2019 Tokyo, for those who remember that at the last chicane at Le Mans. This guy is not afraid to make those moves. He's someone you want in the car for this last attempt. So Team Brazil then are now finished.
12 seconds over Japan, 10 seconds, 8 seconds. 8.2, 8 seconds.
At the moment.
Okay, 7. Oh, I tell you what.
That's a very, very quick time.
This is going to be very close, chat. This is going to be really close.
Their way back into this. Whatever happens, one thing is certain: it's going to be a grand slam finish here for the World Finals in 2023 at Barcelona. As meanwhile, down the back of the field,
this could be better. This could. This has got potential to be like the Toyota Cup race at the end. I have no idea at the moment.
Side by side still with Team Canada. Almost losing it into the barrier, and they're still side by side as Spain finally comes into the pits for their last stop. Paul Ura has been tasked with bringing the car home on that hard tyre.
Italy timed that just about right. No fuel left in the car whatsoever. This is absolutely amazing racing further down. They're only battling for 8th place. The USA now ahead of the Netherlands, now ahead of Canada, as we watch the leaders into the pit lane. Warning for Canada and the Netherlands there for a collision. So this is going to be
0 litres when Italy pitted.
To end this race, and Paul Ura, the reigning Toyota Gazoo Racing GT Cup champion, is tasked with
right, but now Italy will be longer in the pits, chap. So Italy are going to lose a lot of time in the pits.
He's only a young lad, Paul Ura, and he's got an amazing amount of pressure on his shoulders right now, as much as the expectation of the crowd as well. So
Italy have obviously going aggressive with more fuel with the mediums.
Italy, as we expected there.
Right, let's see where this all ends up, chat, because this is where we all start understanding it now.
Than Team Italy, which means Team Italy will be able to push that a little bit harder. Busanelli getting in the car on that hard compound tyre. We saw his mistake earlier on. I'm sure he's centred now, though.
Italy 4.4.
So if you just joined us, you've joined us for the most.
Brazil are a long way off.
Here at Barcelona. Here are your live points rankings.
I think Spain have got this.
As it was at the moment.
I think Spain have got it.
Spain, Team Italy, both on that hard compound tyre, so they're going to lose ground to Brazil, and Team Japan on that soft compound tyre. Kobayashi absolutely.
I can't see Giorgio being able to catch up for Laura.
Though Adriano Carazza is going to make up that gap, 10 seconds in what, 4 or 5 laps. That's a very, very tall order. However, if Japan's Kobayashi closes up onto the back of them, it's not out of the question that could really disrupt their challenge for that victory. Let's see what happens meanwhile with 8th place in between the USA.
Japan are not going to catch 20 seconds in that short time.
And De Bruyne there behind the wheel as they come side by side down the Kemmel straight then. Netherlands there getting themselves ahead of the Team USA in towards
I think Spain have got this, surely. Spain have got it.
Compound of tyre and giving each other no quarter.
Yeah, I think Spain have got, unless there's a mistake at the front. I can't see Spain getting beaten. Like, or Plora, he's too quick. He's too quick to lose that.
On home soil here at Spa-Francorchamps.
I don't even think Brazil are going to catch up to Italy.
Pretty much a constant now, about 5 seconds there and thereabouts on this. Their outlap after boxing. The gap between Brazil
yeah, I
and
picked Spain on one of my accounts and Brazil on the other.
Now to the USA versus Canada going 2x2 into the Fania chicane then. Canada on the inside, USA on the outside. Malaysia there as well. A big incident was only a matter of time before something unfolded. And unfortunately, Malaysia innocent victims in that one. A big shame because that's the voidness of what was a very close and exciting battle on the fringes of the top 10. And as Belgium served their penalty, the USA, sick as a parrot, taking out 2 of their fellow competitors.
It's a shame, really, but ultimately, you know, it's just a pride at this point. This is not for one of the positions that we're after today. The top 3 are what we're, of course, going to be sort of focusing on there. But still, USA and Belgium still fighting at this point. What do you reckon we're going to see a penalty for Team USA, Tom?
I don't know. It's hard to tell, really. I mean, he was going side by side with Canada, wasn't he? Was Caden Roach for the USA. Just got on the power a little bit too eagerly. There was contact between them. Malaysia, the innocent victim. It's kind of scuppered both their races, but I don't know if it's penalty.
I was just clicking the thing on there. It went on to like
Japan.
Thingy hit the screen.
Absolutely rocking. 49-7 from them and a 52-0 from Brazil as we have Team USA.
Spain have got it, chat. Spain have got it. Spain have got a comfortable one again. No one's catching Spain up. I don't think Brazil are going to catch up Italy either.
Long way around, and USA do get back past Team Belgium up into 9th position, but I would love to see.
Yeah, Drive Club, I think that, Ray. That's a Drive Club from Drive Club.
Seconds, and he is just latching onto the back of Team Brazil.
Last race over.
I mean, he's right.
Yeah, let's have another look at it here.
Who was that? It was Callum.
So talk us through it, Jimmy, coming in towards Fania.
Yeah, so see the go a little bit wide there from them. Here comes Callum up the inside, just gets it wrong.
He lost the rear.
Just gets it sideways and there's no room to recover.
It wasn't deliberate, just
so
pure accident.
Of course, it is the fault there of Team USA, and I think in keeping with what we've seen so far, a 4-second penalty given to Team USA. Unsurprising, really. Meanwhile, front of the field, Team Brazil in 3rd place right now. Look, that's a gap. Team Japan have really brought that gap down again. Last lap, 51.5 from Brazil, 49.8.
Yeah, they're not going to get. They're not going to catch up to P2 and 1 though.
Putting in a fantastic stint, only running about a second slower than Karatsa on those mediums at the moment. As it stands, they will not be able to catch Team Spain.
They're not. Yeah, Spain have got this.
Rikutu Kobayashi, does he have the pace left in the car, Tom?
Well, even that's
yeah, and Italy had more fuel, chat. Italy put more fuel in to push, and Poles just gapped him even with lower fuel.
So let's see what happens here for Rikutu Kobayashi. Either way, it has been quite an emphatic stint, and it will be.
That's the problem though, because like Spain's team is just like all 3 drivers are insane, but basically they're 3 of the fastest drivers in the world on the game, so there's not a driver that's going to be off base. Every one of them is right on the limit, and it shows you here now. I just don't see anyone beating them. It's crazy.
For the first time in just a couple of corners through the right and the left, and surely it's going to be the run through Blanchimont.
It won't be netcode because they're at a LAN event, so I mean it could technically be a bit of. But,
Formula 4 champion making his
I mean he still hit him, didn't he? I think it's got to be a penalty.
And he is ready to try and take away that final position on the podium from Brazil here tonight.
If he keeps doing 49s and Italy keeps doing 43s, he might be able to catch Italy, but he might.
Yeah, they're trying to be more strict with the penalties. Dominican, they started today. They've had a few of them. They're being more strict with them because of yesterday. But they then had at Katunu there was a move that should have been a penalty and they didn't give it. So yeah. Well, we think it should have been a move.
I think to go for the clever move now. He's going to sit behind Karatsa up through Arouge and Radion, use the toe, get the easy pass into Lake.
Probably the display capture why it's like that, Robert. Because I'm on display capture.
sort of slow
So it's
down
just
his
because we're on
acceleration.
Streamlabs
Now
display
he's in the
capturing
turn.
through
Now
YouTube.
he'll get the slipstream. Now he gets a speed boost up to nearly 200 mile an hour. Goes inside. There's nothing Karatsa can do. Up into third place goes Kobayashi. Now, does he have the time to catch Busnelli for Team Italy and Paul Ura?
And obviously my monitor's a 144
So
monitor,
this is
so
gonna
I'm
be really
watching YouTube at
interesting in
60,
these
so it might be a
final
bit,
couple of laps of
might not be
racing
100%
through
smooth
into the right
because
hand. We go
my
into
monitor's
the
obviously a
9-point
144.
standings. If the checkered flag fell now, it would still be Japan in 4th place, but by just 1 point. So they need to get themselves ahead of Italy in order to get onto the podium for this, the final race of the season. So if it fell as it was now, it would be Spain from Brazil, from Italy. That would be your top 3 in the Nations Cup. It is critical for Japan to get themselves ahead of Busnelli for Italy. There's only a couple of laps left, though, and there's a gap of 3.2 seconds. Team radio for Spain.
Me estoy escapando de Marcus.
So I'm pulling away from Marcus, says Team Spain. That's Paul Ura who is behind the wheel of that car. So that's music to the ears of Spain and also music to the ears of the crowd here in Barcelona as well.
Yeah, so this could be it for Team Spain. Only a couple of laps left, but we have seen, we saw the Manufacturers' Cup yesterday, that mistakes can be made in the last lap.
Yeah,
Pressure
but different
might get
drivers.
to Paul Ura. He's got a massive live audience here behind him, willing him on, but no, I don't want to be in his shoes right now. Possibly only 2 laps away
Oh,
from
Brazil missed the break in.
the Nations Cup champion with his fellow Spanish teammates. So, penultimate lap now, Tom.
Pushing on is Kobayashi there. You see Finelli went a little bit deep in towards the bus stop chicane. I tell you what, it's
Japan might get up to Italy, mightn't they?
They could go from bad to worse. 4th place, but France aren't far behind in 5th position there as well, and they're on the soft tyre.
You were right. Japan really are getting on with it now, as there's only 2 seconds between Japan and Italy. That time, last time around, 3 seconds faster was Kobayashi than Busanelli.
I think
And
Japan
if
will get
the pace
P2.
continues, he'll be past the Italian driver by the end of this lap. So here is Kobayashi on an absolute charge. He's even got the fuel to spare as well compared to the cars around him. So this is how it's done. We're on board now with Rikutu Kobayashi. In front is Italy's Marco Busanelli. That is for a overall podium.
Yeah, he's
in
going to
this
get him.
competition. Look how much more
You can't
speed the
defend
Japanese
on hard
driver has
tyres versus
into
soft.
the
It's
bars.
impossible.
Going into X now,
So
watching
this is
through again
P2
on
for
the curve,
Japan.
using the downforce of the car on the throttle so much earlier than the car in front. Now we get to the double apex.
He'll catch him right up through here.
Soft tyres is really going to show us advantage. And look, we're just driving up to the back of Busanelli. It must be just a sinking feeling if you're an Italian driver. There's nothing you can do right now apart from just try and hold your line. But we're already on the rear spoiler. Is this going to be a pass for 2nd place here at Spa?
What do you mean,
Not
Machiavelli?
quite at the
What's
moment,
wrong with
just
these
waiting,
races?
I think.
What
Just
do you
being
mean?
patient, but he can't afford to be patient. Sideways now an exit, and now we come up towards one of the fastest parts of the course now in the slipstream. It's going to be an easy pass here for Kobayashi up the inside. He goes up.
Yeah,
into
nothing
second
he
place.
could do
The gap
about
is
that.
6 seconds to Spain in front. I don't think he's going to catch him, Tom. It's got to be something really special.
No,
here
he's not
for
going to
Japan
catch
if they're gonna
P1.
catch Team Spain.
Don't think we're going to see a retaliation from Busnelli there as well. He'll try as hard as he can, but there's just no match. Hard to soft tyre compounds between those two. The crowd were absolutely delighted with that overtake, and it will secure Japan that final place on the podium here in the Nations Cup as well. Spain.
I quite like the
6.2
X2019.
seconds. There you go. You can see the.
I think it
9-point
makes
standings.
like
Only
it can
secure
make
on
for
the
quite
podium
dramatic
for
races, but
Japan.
this race has just been about strategy, hasn't it? Pure strategy race. This one, not as entertaining as what do you mean? I like the 3 tyres, Machiavelli. I like them having to use all 3 tyres. That makes it good. I hate boring races on 1 set of tyre. All 3 tyres is what we want more of.
Dying stages of this race. Down the Camel Straight we go. The only saving grace for Brazil is they're just about within slipstream range of Italy up the road in front of them.
Well, this is going to be a bit of trouble here. Is that Busanelli is the slowest by far of this little pack, so he might fall back into this. We might end up having a freeway scrap for 3rd place here in the grand final of the World Finals here at Barcelona. So here we are. We're in the last half a lap of this year's race.
Killian's done well to catch up, hasn't he, to like Brazil, also to Japan.
He needs to get by as soon as possible and then try and just rocket after the Italian team. Is it going to be possible? We'll have to find out.
No. Toyota race beats this, Stu. This is nowhere near as exciting as this Toyota race. What? The Toyota race was well. I think both manufacturers and Toyotas were more exciting than this. I think this race has been a bit boring. Like, this hasn't been as good as the manufacturers and the Toyota race. Definitely not for me, anyway. Yeah, Toyota race was definitely better. Way better.
What a result it has been for Team Spain for Jose Serrano.
I think France will send it for P4, won't they? Oh, we want to see the battle for P3. Why are you not watching the battle for P3?
Champions! It's Spain on top at Spa. Japan come home in second place on the road. It's third for Italy. It's fourth for Brazil. They do keep their top three finish in the point standings overall. And France finishing in fifth position.
They were all within. They were 3 wide going into the final chicane.
Absolutely delighted, as are the Spanish trio of Serrano, Lopez and Ura. What a race!
And predictably there, as you say, Tom, the crowd absolutely erupts as Paul Ura crosses the line. And fun fact, Koke Lopez there comes your first ever back-to-back Nations Cup champion, of course. Different format.
It annoys me shit like that. Keep an eye on the deltas. Why do they not watch the battle then at the end? No one cares about Spain going over the lines 5 seconds, what, 3 seconds in the lead. We want to see the battle for...
From the Spanish team, Jose Serrano, Koke Lopez, Paul Ura is the lineup. Chile
I think the Toyota race was the best. Manufacturers was probably the second. That one was alright. It wasn't nowhere near as exciting as the Toyota race.
They were so lucky to not get overtaken by France on the final lap of that. It does secure them that top three finishing position. So the top three will be as we know it, with Brazil finishing in third place, Japan in second, and Spain on top. Here is the race then, some highlights. You can see Spain taking over from Brazil in the opening stages.
Yeah, Toyota was the best, because it's an individual championship Toyota, that's why. Just more fun.
Sort of their own worst enemies. They were too busy fighting down the back of the field to really progress any further than that. It was some great racing, don't get me wrong, but of course, the goal was to be as far up as possible and fighting for 9th, 10th and 1. Here was Valerio Gallo on the soft compound, making light of that. Here was France and Belgium, similar overtake there. Of course, Belgium got pretty much involved in every instant in this race.
Bring back nations as individual, I say.
Brazil versus Spain at the halfway
Bring it back as an individual.
In the race. Brazil, of course, on the hard tyre. Spain on the medium compound. They were through relatively easily at turn 9, and then they were never seen again as the race reached its conclusion. You can see here Italy going through on Brazil as well. Italy on the soft compound of tyre at this middle stage in the race.
I want to see Serrano battling Lopez, battling Flora. I don't want to see him on the same team. I want to see them fighting each other. Although you probably wouldn't get all 3 of them in there. It'd probably be 2 of them, wouldn't it, because of the rules.
USA to be at fault for that, and fair enough, as we see Japan versus Italy part 2 on the penultimate lap.
Didn't qualify, would he?
Ahead of Italy, crucial for them for the top 3 finish, but nothing.
Even though the UK drivers were probably quicker than America and Malaysia and Belgium overall, all 3 of them.
All chucking it there.
It goes by that silly way of qualifying that they did.
I am here with the winners, Team Spain. Let's hear it.
I know, yeah. The best battle at the last corner, and they're not even showing it yet, chat.
Okay, guys. How do you feel right now? Tell me how you're feeling right now. Jose.
Bueno, no sé, no tengo palabras por cómo me siento. Bueno, no tengo palabras por lo que siento ahora mismo. La verdad que es increíble. ¡Campeones! ¡Campeones! Buah, un sueño para mí esto. Darle enhorabuena también a Paul y a Koke porque han hecho un carrerón en sus carreras y también en su Steam y estoy flipando ahora mismo.
Well, amazing. Look at this crowd. That's what he said at the beginning. And then I have to thank Koke and Paul. They did an amazing job as always. And yeah, as always, incredible with this team.
Paul, was there a particular moment where you were like, actually, you know what? When the strategy kicked you were like, okay, I think we've got this. What was the moment? Was there a moment?
Yeah, after the first lap, when I saw that Italy wasn't coming at all, like we could escape from them, I was like, okay, maybe we have this, but be careful. And I just tried to not drive as fast as I could, just try to keep the car on track. And yeah, that's it.
And Koke, how do you feel? You are the first ever back-to-back Nations Cup winner. How are you doing?
Well,
You're too tired to talk like it.
I go first, English then Spanish, okay? It feels amazing to be the first back-to-back Nations Cup winner, but of course this couldn't be possible without my two amazing teammates, because for example, first team I was so with Igor. We had a bit of a mind game and it was quite funny to play with him. But then also it was amazing to have Jose and Paul as a teammates, because they just made what we knew we could do from when we were training at home. And yeah, it feels amazing. Y en español, que nada, que ha sido un placer obviamente poder volver a ganar la Copa de Naciones y ser el primero en conseguir ganarlo de vuelta por segunda vez. Pero obviamente en este caso no podía haber sido posible sin la ayuda de Paul y Josete, porque la verdad es que hemos hecho un trabajo increíble todo el año. Y nada, increíble también poder haber luchado el primer Steam con Igor y hacer un poco ese juego psicológico, que ver quién pasaba, porque los dos sabíamos que ahorrando iba a ser mejor. Pero al final he tirado y nada, muchísimas gracias obviamente a todos. Y quiero... Quiero agradecer y también dedicar esta victoria, como siempre, a mi padre, que, bueno, de arriba siempre está ahí. Pero no solo a mi padre, también a Anto, igual que se han juntado aquí para poder ver estas carreras. Seguro que ahí arriba se han juntado los dos también. Y nada, también mi hermana, mi cuñado. Y mi sobrina Chloe, que acaba de nacer, y ha sido lo que me ha dado la motivación. Y último, y no por eso menos importante, mi madre, que siempre ha sido el mejor apoyo que he tenido. Y nada. No soy muy cariñoso. Mi madre sabe que la quiero un montón. Este año ha dado un paso muy duro en la vida y lo está haciendo genial. Estoy súper orgulloso de ti, mamá.
Well, Koke, thanking his family, especially his dad, who's not with us, his mother. So, yeah, really, really emotional for him.
Well, look, amazing job to all the drivers, especially well done to you guys. Let's hear it for our Nations Cup champions, Team Spain!
Yeah, because his dad passed away, chat, that's why.
They become the 2023 Nations Cup World Champions. Japan in second, Italy in third on the road. You can see there Brazil in fourth place, just ahead of France by a whisker. These are the overall points ranking.
Germany didn't qualify because Mikhail doesn't race for them.
Japan in second, Brazil in third.
Michael, man, his dad passed away. He was just doing a thank you to his dad, mate.
Hugely exciting Nations Cup Grand Final, that, Jimmy, and it went right down to the wire. The crowd here are going absolutely berserk, by the way.
Yeah, you can see how much that meant to Coco Lopez. This is what is the beauty of sim racing, and having that at a live event as well. I mean, it feels the feeling. Racing is racing. It doesn't matter if it's in real life or virtually, and that sort of stuff just proves that point fantastic. Of course, I mentioned, of course, to Team Italy, just not quite.
Mikhail's there, yeah, he's there. He works for PD. Mikhail works for PD, so he goes to the events.
One of the closest finals we've had for a very long time.
Yeah, it was hugely exciting. More of the same in 2024, please. By the way, you can vote for your Michelin driver of the day as well. Is it Jose Serrano? Is it Igor Fraga? Is it Rakuto Kobayashi? Jimmy, if you're a betting man, who would you say is most likely for that one?
Oh man, that's a difficult one. I mean, Kobayashi's stint at the end was fantastic. Definitely can't look by that. And Serrano's recovery in race 2 after getting shunted off by Booston early was nothing short of amazing. But of course, I'll let you guys decide.
Nah, I think it was when he was obviously thanking his family.
Don't worry, some highlights of every race so far. Race 1, we had production cars, which made for some fantastic racing. And it was Italy, Spain, and France at the early pace, with Team Japan coming through the field after a poor qualifying in the Lamborghini.
Yeah, you can see Japan, as you say, going side by side here with Brazil. Lamborghini.
Why are they using different cars? Oh no!
Some very, very exciting racing in very different machinery.
Why would they use different cars in a nations race?
Italy versus Spain. Italy running it a bit wide. Spain.
That's dodgy. With the BOP, that's so dodgy.
To Pole Euro and the Spanish trio. And we wonder whether they may continue in the same form as we went to Watkins Glen, but unfortunately a biff off the track from Italy compounded their woes. They eventually would recover to 4th place as France decided to go spinning around. And, well, then we saw Brazil getting themselves into the lead of the race. Igor Fraga, the single-seater specialist, up the sharp end, never to be seen again until the checkered flag.
No, next week's daily race is...
really started, and we knew they were going to be faster, of course, and also in this
it could be, yeah. It could be something like that, couldn't it, with them cars on sports medium? What tyres were they on then?
To be honest there.
What tyres were they on then? I didn't see.
3 wide all the way down to T1 a couple of laps later, and again, Coca Lopez showing that he was the latest of the late breakers. Meanwhile, Team Japan and Team Italy fought all race long, and at the end, it would be Team Japan that came out on top. It was Brazil and Karatsa who took the win in race 3, and it set them up very nicely for the grand final.
This was the grand final. Then you can see Brazil leading the way.
In fairness, though, they did mention it though after he said it. Though,
of the drivers involved all 3 tyre compounds as well. So it made things very exciting. This was half race distance, Brazil versus Spain, and up the inside going Spain on the.
Yeah, we know it's trial mounted, but
over the hard shot Brazilian
what tyres were they racing on here? Because it's sports medium for the race next week, so it might be the same race.
Brazil just a lap or so later.
It might be the same race, Jack. You're probably right.
Quite brilliant middle stint there from the Italian team.
So it looks like they were pre-tuned cars, didn't it? It looked like they were pre-tuned cars in that. So, yeah, we ain't going to be able to test that. There's no point.
Of Italy with just a lap or so to go, we saw Spain claiming the crown, becoming the 2023 Nations Cup champions. What a result, what a reception from the crowd here in Brazil as well. In Barcelona, I should say, rather.
Yeah, not quite the same thing, Tom, but I think we were all maybe secretly hoping for a Spanish win in today of this home crowd, and they did not disappoint.
These were your
I mean, we didn't know it was going to be that race. That was from that. I didn't know it was going to be that race.
Prediction to take the victory, 18% there for Brazil, 17% for Japan.
No, it's not bullshit. It's going to be that. It's going to be the race that was on there, I reckon.
In that order, I should add, because Spain.
I think
we see.
I think the race is going to be the same as what that was there with all them cars. I don't think the Porsche should be one of them.
Weekends worth of racing we've had. It's been an
absolute I got 1 million credits.
It's so great to have a live audience back.
Thank you very much. Another million.
We saw a great crowd in Amsterdam. We've seen
what do I buy with it, chat?
Crowd in Barcelona here as well.
Yeah, I feel like we've had amazing racing in just every series, every race so far. Remind, of course, of our press conference a bit later on to those pretty details of all our
thank you, Martin. Thank you for that.
Behind the scenes action as well there.
Well, I think we should crown our 2023 top 3 finishers here for the Nations Cup of the World Finals in Barcelona. Please welcome onto the stage in 3rd place. It is Adriana Karatsa.
So wait there, what was the Cataluna race from Manu?
From Team Brazil!
It won't be as long as that though, will it? It'll be shorter. It'll be a shorter race than that, won't it? I think it'll be like 4 or 5 laps. So, yeah, it'll be a short... It won't be 8 laps, so I doubt. Michael! 5 gifted the legend. Chat, spam that legend right there for Michael. Appreciate the support, man. Legend. Thank you for doing that, Michael, you legend. I need my... Hey.
And please welcome
mine's actually look. It needs a cut soon. Mine needs doing. Needs to come off. I'll probably do it Tuesday. I'll probably go and get it done Tuesday. See you later, James.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we ask you to stand if you are able and to please remove your caps. It's the national anthem of our winning team.
Yeah, I won't do it tomorrow because day off from the gym tomorrow, and I'll just do double stream tomorrow doing the new dailies. So we'll do the new dailies first thing in the morning, chat. It'll be like just after 9 o'clock. And then we'll stream again in the evening. And then Tuesday I'll get my haircut. In fairness, I don't think it's a disadvantage having two drivers. Because you stay in the rhythm, you can double stint and stay in the rhythm. So I actually don't think it's a disadvantage. I think it can be an advantage, that.
Trophies to be presented. First of all, to our third place team, it is the president of BBS Japan, Takayuki Nitta. And of course, it is awarded to our third place finishers, to Rikuta Kobayashi, to Saya Suzuki, and of course to the absent Takuma Sasaki. It is awarded to our third place finishers of Team Japan. Apologies there, the third place awards it goes to Team Brazil, to Adriano Carrazza, to Lucas Benelli, and to Igor Fraga here in Barcelona.
Them Dior boots. I can only imagine they were awkward to race in them. Really thick, weren't they?
By the brand manager for Brembo of Alberto Ferrari, and is awarded to our second place finishers of Team Japan, to Rikuta Kobayashi.
Yeah, mine's
to the absent
mine's 15, and I obviously give a tip as well, EFC, because I always like give them a couple quid extra. But yeah, mine's 15 just to do mine. I feel like I'm getting robbed. Takes them about 10 minutes at most.
And now it is time for the first place medals to be presented to our winning team. They are awarded by Jeffrey Marcel.
Yeah, I can't do mine because I have mine shorter and blended in. Like I have mine 0, like literally shaved on the back and sides and then blended into. You can't do that because otherwise you look like a right dick because you can't get it right.
Team Spain.
Yeah, I can't use my own clippers because I'm not having my side bits grow out more than my top bit. It looked like, yeah, I have to have it shorter on the back and sides. So shorter back and sides and then like 1.7 on the top and then 0 on the back and sides.
It is time for the first place trophy to be presented to our winning nation here for the World Finals in Barcelona. It is presented by Kazunori Yamauchi, the Gran Turismo series producer.
The strut on Kaz there, chat. That strut.
Koke Lopez and Paul Ura, your 2023 Nations Cup World Champions, Team Spain!
I just don't think anyone's got the pace to beat Spain at the moment on this, you know. Spain are just too quick, aren't they? They're way too quick. $40 minutes. Yeah, mine's just easier to do though, Grove. I want them to go back to individual. I want to see them three fighting each other.
Oh my goodness.
I want to see them three fighting with all the other fast ones individually.
Having like a home crowd advantage equals maybe 2/10 of a. I feel like that's a completely wrong load of mathematics. Clearly, it had a massive effect.
At the end, it was worth about 5 seconds.
The one I go, they have about 4 of them doing it. It's just like
no doubt that must have played a factor.
I can't remember whether they're.
I mean, you could see it. You could definitely see it.
Can't remember where they're from.
How did you find that?
Is it? Can't remember whereabouts they're from. It's from like the Middle East somewhere. It's not Turkish. It's like I don't know if it's Iran. They might be from Iran. Like they've got 2 shops where they got 2 in the old town. They've got a little one with like 4 or 5 ones in there, and they've got a bigger one with like 4 or 5 in there. So they have like, you can pick which one you want to go to. So it's like 10 barbers. Even if there's like a queue, you're not waiting that long.
I mean,
it's pretty quick. They must smash it though. They're always packed. Always. They must make a fortune in there.
The crowd here have been awesome all weekend. We've had 3 amazing days of racing. High points for you, Jimmy?
I wouldn't be able to go anyway, Michael. I've got kids, I've got family, so I couldn't go to these things. Even if I got an invite, I wouldn't be able to go because I've got kids and family. I've got a partner who works full-time, so my family come first, so I wouldn't be able to go anyway.
Zero chance.
What's been kind of one of your high points from the weekend?
It's really difficult to kind of pick one in particular, but I have to say, Pol Euro is the standout driver of the weekend for me. The Toyota Gazoo Racing GT Cup performed really well in the Manufacturers' Cup here yesterday, and of course, did it with Team Spain for the Nations here tonight. I know we've got to pick a Michelin driver of the day in the press conference this afternoon, but he is the standout performer of the weekend for me.
It's been just top quality from start to finish.
Yeah, Chikorito.
Well, I guess this is the end, guys, for now, for this year for Gran Turismo. It's been our absolute pleasure to bring you all of these events all the way through the year. We love doing this show. We love you guys.
It's finished, Moth. It's finished.
Yeah, we'll keep you posted what's going to be happening next
Finished
year.
now.
But it's been our supreme pleasure.
We missed the first race, but yeah, it started at 3.
The Michelin driver of the day there too. So it's goodbye.
At least we got the end of it though, chat. At least we got the end of it. Right. There you go. It's all done, chat, now. It is finished. So yeah, we are finished, chat, and I've got to do some maths now. So I need to finish and get on with what I need to do. So yeah, I've got to do some adding up on maths skills now, and then tomorrow morning we are going to be doing dailies, the new daily races, which we predict is going to be that daily race that we predict it's the race 1 with all them road cars as daily C, and then race A is obviously the Yaris, and then race B is going to be the Cataluna in group 3. So we kind of know what the dailies are now anyway, and no, I've just got to do some adding up for some other stuff first, and I'll do the RMA tomorrow hopefully. If I get this done now, I can do the RMA tomorrow or the day after. But yeah, tomorrow daily races first thing in the morning, chat, as usual. Always Monday morning. We'll do 4 or 5 hours or whatever on the dailies, maybe even longer. We'll see how it goes, see what they're like, see if they're entertaining or not. So we'll do that tomorrow morning, and then we'll stream again in the evening probably for some more dailies, depending on what they're like. But you know, if they're a bit boring, then I don't know, we'll see. But who knows? We'll see what daily C's like. I don't really know what it's going to be like. Yeah, it looks like a no-stop race for daily race C. It looks like a no-stop, pretty simple race, but we'll see. We'll have a go of them all and have a bit of fun maybe. I don't know about daily A though, not the rally one, but anyway, thank you all for coming into the stream. Appreciate the support during the stream as well, legends. If you haven't already hit that like button, give it a smash. Helps me out massively. Subscribe to the channel, and hopefully see you for some daily races tomorrow morning, and we'll have some fun with that. So yeah, appreciate you coming in. Have a great one, everyone, and I will see you all tomorrow morning. First thing in the morning, chat. Be there. Take care, everyone. Thank you for the support again, legends. Bye.